at this stage in the year, like if we had leaked this in October or something, okay, I hear you. But just so you know how things work behind the scenes, at this stage in the year, designs are basically final. Like maybe some dimensions will change here and there, but it's too far into the game to make a massive like step in a different direction for them.
So basically what you're saying is we either faked it or we're right.
Yeah. You're sitting further up.
I'm just sitting. What?
Look at where your mic is.
I'm tilted in to look at my MacBook.
Me too. But see how far? See, look. You see?
Is this a problem? No.
Yeah. Look, this is the middle of the table.
Does it have to be?
Yeah, because then you have less headroom and you're bigger.
I don't know. Is this how the podcast is going to start?
And then we're wider.
It's starting with a fight.
There's less room.
It's starting with an argument about how I'm sitting every week.
It's how we left off. So we might as well pick up in a fight. Is this the beginning?
No, if I remember correctly, episode 20 ended very friendly.
Did it? Was it the one before that?
No, I don't think we've ever fought.
Oh, you're
Welcome
messing with
to
me.
Recycle Bin, episode 21.
Do you see how you're...
Today on Recycle Bin...
People see.
We are so back.
You're so far in front that even the audio listeners can see.
We are so back with Apple Leaks, and guess what?
Yeah.
There's some drama.
Imagine. What did you imagine? The drama.
We have a Shilajit update for those following the Shilajit journey.
Major update.
We have some random nonsense to talk about, of course.
And
I have some extra content to show the video watchers of this podcast.
That worries me.
I know. It's fair.
That you
and
say
of
stuff
course,
like that.
We have voicemails from you.
The viewer.
The listener.
What's the number? How can they be doing it?
404-919-5530. What did you say?
I don't know. I really hope that you... like your voice overrode my voice on that because I don't know what I said. It was a mess.
It crept in like a little whisper of insanity on the edge of my consciousness.
That's all I am, is a whisper of insanity.
You know, it's funny. We're recording this a little late. We've had quite a busy few days, I'd say. Some serious...
Published more videos in this month than we have in a long time.
I forgot we did the sticky note thing.
3 months worth of videos almost.
Yeah. That's how long it's been. I forgot we did the sticky note thing.
Oh yeah, Jay Uso. Glad to see him on the. He's still there.
So let's get into it. Housekeeping. We are so back with Apple Leaks. This is quite serious.
I mean,
it's a quite serious return to form here.
If you watch Recycle Bin or you listen, you knew.
You knew it was coming.
There was some heads up, I would say.
Right.
Yeah. So started with the iOS 19 camera leak. Okay. I'll even give you a little something here.
Give us something here.
It started with an iOS 19 camera leak, and we told you. Before that, I was like, hey, we're back. We're going to do this thing. And then after that, we gave you another heads up, said, well, hey, we're definitely back. And all at the same time, we had iOS 19 camera, iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Air.
Yeah. That's it back there. That's the Pro.
No, it's not.
Well, it's the old. It's the
those
the
are
wrong
old
stuff.
renders.
Yeah. I got the video playing just for atmosphere.
Yeah. So you want to pull up the new Pro?
Oh,
it's towards the middle of the video, I think.
Yeah,
like the actual thing. Sponsor, thank you, Incogni.
Oh, hold please. There we go.
Okay, this is what you've seen all over the internet.
Yeah.
So I think if you had all the information at once, because at one point this was all one video, right?
Yeah, it was. This was one video that would have been nuts.
It was one. It was one video that then became two videos. We split up iOS 19 and then iPhone 17 Pro and Air were going to be one video. And then we decided, hey, the YouTuber thing, the proper thing.
Yeah, you're actually wrong. I'm sorry.
It
was all supposed to be one video.
I know, but then we split it up to become iOS 19 and then 17 and
the
Air
iPhones
were together.
Okay, you're right. My bad.
And then that got split up too. Because I mean, why? I don't know why we didn't think of that right off the bat.
You're right.
Of course, multiple videos. Give them each their own press time.
Good idea.
So the dust has settled a bit on the Pro leak. Okay, dust has settled. How do we feel? We don't have your opinion on what you think. What do you think of the new design?
I got to be honest. I like it.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. But I like it because I like pixels. Like it's not an iPhone to me.
Well, other than a phone that looks. I didn't know this because I don't follow or care.
Can you move Vinny, his sticky note? He's covering the flash just perfectly. There we go.
What was I saying? Oh, there is a phone that looks like this that I wasn't aware of, and it's the Poco something something something.
I'll look it up.
It doesn't look exactly like this, but it's got tall vertical bar. So people are like, "Oh, they're copying Poco." I don't know anything about Poco. I didn't even know if you could buy them here in the U.S. Anyway,
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
regardless of the drama, which we'll get to, there is controversy just around, like, okay, let's hypothetically assume this is it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the guy.
How do you feel about this coming out? You do like this design?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
down. I think it's a nice departure. It's weird enough and different enough. And if Apple is able to, accomplish everything they want with the unibody aluminum, the no two-tone, no glass on the back, still got wireless charging, blah, 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 MagSafe.
Yeah.
I love it. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's growing on me, I think. I think at first it was weird. And yeah, now that I've been seeing it, like, what's really cool is, once this is out, publications and people on Twitter are just sharing these images, but also talented 3D artists are creating their own, like, highly detailed models of it and stuff. So it's really cool to see it in, like, from different angles, different lighting, different materials. It's growing on me. I will say, because there's really no place to cover the speculation except for here.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the comments on those videos, even from people that have good faith and think that this is, like, at least a real prototype. There's a lot of this. We believe it's at least a real prototype, but we don't believe it's the final design. I would like to say, at this stage in the year, like, if we had leaked this in October or something, okay, I hear you. But just so you know how things work behind the scenes, at this stage in the year, designs are basically final. Like, maybe some dimensions will change here and there, but it's too far into the game to make a massive, like, step in a different direction for them.
So basically what you're saying is we either faked it or we're right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I guess that's the only way to put it. Yeah.
Right.
So the night that it came out, a lot of people were like, "Oh, can't wait for Recycle Bin." The night that we put the leak out, which was, I think, around 8 p.m., so late upload for us.
It was.
Mark Gurman tweeted.
Yeah.
And he subtweeted us. He didn't name drop us.
By the way,
didn't
what
tag
year
me.
is it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't tag me. He didn't tag us. He just said the iPhone 17 renders, in quotes, that you see tonight on YouTube are based off of this fake sketch from January. And in the tweet, he's quoting well, it is a sketch that was posted by Majin Buu, that Twitter account.
Yep.
Now, Majin Buu, as far as I'm aware, is not a like a leaker person. What I understand they do is they're like, mainly their first language is not English.
They grab stuff off of Chinese site Weibo.
I'm not sure if they live in China, but they scour the Chinese social media website Weibo. They find stuff that maybe from people they think are reliable. I'm not sure how that works, because he doesn't really publish his sources either.
Well, there's different circles.
Like, he doesn't credit the person, really.
Yeah, never.
And then he just
it's always him.
And then he posted on Twitter, and a lot of people looking at that saying, yeah, that's clearly fake. Look, the edges are weird. But what that picture is an actual rough sketch that someone, I don't want to say they made it by hand, but it was not a CAD file or anything that was supposed to be exact measurements. It was just a limited detailed sketch. That's all it was.
It was the equivalent, if you guys don't know, when we were writing the scripts for these videos, you sketched out roughly, for me, because I hadn't seen it at the time, what this phone should look like.
Except my sketch was way worse.
It was horrendous. So it was the equivalent of that. It was just here's the idea. Here's what the idea is, how the idea would look on paper.
Yeah. So I will say that first I don't think I saw that immediately when Majin Buu tweeted it, but there was a point where I did see it and I mocked it because it just looked silly and wrong.
Yeah.
Well, you imagine my surprise when I see the actual thing and it looks, because a lot of this doesn't make sense. Like, a lot of people are mentioning how the flash, the LiDAR, the microphone are all the way to the right of the device, and how usually for best results you'd want that as close to the lenses as possible.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of speculation as to why. I don't know why. I'm just showing what I saw. That's all we can do. I didn't even speculate in the videos as to why. We didn't know.
Yeah.
There are smart people in the audience that have speculated. Again, listen, I'm just saying what sounds reasonable from our comment section. This is not coming from me. I don't actually know. I promise.
This is speculation.
Yes. a few clever people in the comments are speculating that the reason the bar is that tall and still goes across and there's space in between is because it's giving more room for the tetraprism lens to go further, or like at least add more lenses to increase the zoom from 10 times to maybe 15, 20 times zoom.
Because I didn't know this either. You told me the way the tetraprism zoom works.
It's like, so the light bounces through the lens and bounces, it's turned at a 90-degree angle, like mirrored.
Yeah.
And then it shoots through a series of other lenses, and
that's why it's called the not
periscope.
Periscope lens, because that's how a periscope works. In like a submarine, it bounces around corners to come out.
So in the iPhones thus far, it's been a tetraprism lens, is what they call it, and I don't think that can be classified as a periscope lens. But if this change were this would be a periscope lens. Yeah,
that's why that word was thrown around back in the day. At this point,
some not unpopular YouTubers have posted videos now based on this with their own like speculation and concepts, where the area between the lenses and the flash and stuff, there's a tiny little screen.
Yeah.
Just want to be clear, did not see a screen.
That would also be absurd. I'm sorry.
It would
That's
be.
nuts.
It would be a lot. I tweeted yesterday, just since we're still on this topic of iPhone 17 Pro, somebody messaged me, or no, they tweeted me publicly, X'd me.
Okay, they X'd you?
Yeah, and they said, what does the iPhone 17 Pro Max look like? And I replied, I only saw the iPhone 17 Pro, don't know what the Max looks like. I have an update.
Oh, okay.
I have seen the Max in the last 12 hours, and it is just that, but bigger.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
I didn't even know that.
Well, when I said that, there was some that opens up a slot almost, and people start like, is there an Ultra? Like, is there Pro Max gone? Is the Ultra going to be different? As far as I know, no. It's that, but bigger. That's what I got.
Makes sense.
There are rumors of a smaller dynamic island on the Pro Max variant. Cannot confirm. Do not know. All I know for certain is on the regular Pro unit, the dynamic island is the same size. It's not smaller. And if the Pro Max is just a blown up version of the Pro, do with that information what you will.
Yeah.
So Mark posts that tweet and says that the tough part about that tweet is the way it's phrased is it's an accusation.
Yeah.
The iPhone 17 Pro renders that you see on YouTube tonight are based off of this fake sketch. That, unless I'm taking this wrong, insinuates to me that he is accusing us of not actually knowing anything, maybe taking advantage of the fact that Majin Buu doesn't have as many followers as us, or maybe taking advantage of the fact that it's like a month has passed since that came out or that was posted, and we are just quite literally stealing that, making it look prettier with a 3D render, and then posting it for views. That's what that sounds like to me.
A little bit. Yeah.
That is, I mean, you have seen a lot of the stuff that I've seen, so clearly it's not.
No, this is not based on some thrown together sketch, some shaky source or anything. We've seen the device.
It's hard to. Yeah, I don't know how else to say it.
At this point, if this. In my opinion, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. If iPhone season comes and WWDC comes and this isn't announced...
You mean for September?
Oh, sorry, my bad.
WW is iOS 19, which we'll get to.
Yeah, my bad. Whatever. September comes and this is not what we see. I'm going to assume... For some reason, we've been targeted as a disinformation campaign or something.
Well, that would be impressive because since our video came out... Since our video came out, I believe it was yesterday, some molds leaked.
That's
physical supply chain molds of a camera array leaked, and wouldn't you know it, physical camera molds match this.
To a T.
That we posted on Thursday. To a T. And so if this is by some chance, because people say this, Apple's just trying to get the leaker. This would be an impressive amount of effort from Apple.
It would be.
The
FBI would be involved.
Yeah, to get
the CIA.
To get us this. Hope that we post it. Hope that we believe it. Hope that we post it. Are we screwed?
No, we're good. So I'm just
Okay.
checking. You're good.
Up till we post it. And then go through the trouble of manufacturing fake molds just to make us like...
Take us down?
Well, you realize what would happen. In September, if this isn't the design, then it would be like, oh, Front Page Tech was wrong.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, if Apple were making fake molds and stuff, that just gives us way more attention. And I don't think that they are... I don't think that's what they want. They're not trying to put more eyes on us because there is more stuff coming. And I'm sure they don't want you to see some stuff that is coming. So it just... I'm a fellow conspiracy theorist. I love myself a good theory.
Yeah.
You guys are cool to speculate and make your own theories that sound way more exciting than what's actually happening. Unfortunately, it's very simple. We have a lot, like the sketch that Majin Poo posted in January,
shooting on him,
of the sketches, literally a white background, thin black line sketch, 2D sketch.
Yeah.
What we have shown you includes thickness of camera bump, details that were not in that sketch. Details that, I don't know, only you would know if you had more information than just a 2D sketch.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I'm saying. Something funny that happened, I don't want to say the name of the person.
Oh, okay.
But it's someone that we know in the industry, we've been friends with.
Yeah.
And someone that would have knowledge of this.
They would know. They
are professional in a certain place.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot post information, but they have the information.
Mm-hmm.
I get a text from them the next day, so this is posted on Thursday night, so Friday at noon, I get a text from them that says, yo, so your iPhone 17 Pro render, and he's trying to politely tell me that it's wrong, and he's like, you did not get this from me, I am not part of this, the iPhone 17 Pro is going to look exactly the same as the 16 Pro, no design change, the iPhone 17 Air is the only one getting a design change. I missed it, didn't reply at first, and then hours later, I think like 5 or 6 p.m., I get another text that says, never mind, I was wrong.
Yeah.
And he sends me a CAD file. A CAD file that I had not seen yet. And wouldn't you know, it looks like that. So he, brief apology. I mean, it's not his fault. He would know, and he just didn't have updated information, I guess.
That, in my opinion, is how you approach what you feel is maybe incorrect, right? You don't.
He's like, this is what I've heard.
Yeah, you don't subtweet and then approach a situation with like assuming we're acting in bad faith.
Yeah,
that's I don't know.
And what that caused, of course, is with Mark's tweet being that he is Mark Gurman.
Yeah,
a lot of the publications started covering the beef too. Like,
right.
Along with the story where they're like, hey, this is the new iPhone 17 Pro, according to Front Page Tech, at the bottom of all the articles is like, yeah, but Mark Gurman, the accurate one, says it's fake.
Yeah.
That's how the articles are written. And it's almost written as if, like, if you don't understand the context, it looks like Mark Gurman has seen the phone, knows what the phone looks like, and is saying that we are wrong.
Right.
I guarantee you, with so much of me, that he has not seen the phone. If he had seen the phone... If he'd seen anything about the phone at any stage, he wouldn't have tweeted what he tweeted. Yeah. I'm not saying Mark Gurman doesn't know things. He knows a lot. He's the most consistent Apple reporter in ever, probably.
He's the guy, honestly.
It's Quo and him.
Yeah.
Mark, arguably more accurate. Lately, he's had some weird misses.
On the Wikipedia page of Apple leakers and analysts, he's number one, Quo's number two. There's whatever, back and forth.
Yeah.
It's them. Yeah.
Funny, because this is going out today, right? Tuesday?
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow is iPhone 16e or iPhone SE4.
Yeah.
Which Mark said was coming last Tuesday, last week. And then he said that the week before. So it's like, listen, if Mark Gurman doesn't know when a phone that's coming out in a week, if he doesn't know when that's coming out, he probably doesn't know what a phone 7 months from now, what that's going to look like.
That's fair.
That's just, and I realize that we have this early. I know that.
It's really early. It's February.
It's earlier. Yeah, it's one of the earliest, at least since we've been doing this. Like, I realize that, but we have. What's really been helpful for me is because even when I've seen concrete proof, a physical device and 3D models, when you post stuff like this, especially this is my first. I mean, iOS 19 was a big leak, or the camera leak, right?
Yeah.
But this is our biggest leak back since 2021.
For sure.
And even when you're very sure and very confident, once you post it and you start seeing speculation and people doubting, you start going, I mean, like you start gaslighting yourself. You're like, maybe what I saw, maybe, you start making all sorts of excuses.
Mm-hmm.
And since we have posted that, a lot of friends and insiders from the industry have reached out and sent what they have that they've been sitting on that they either weren't allowed to say or maybe they were waiting for more confirmation. Every single person has not shared anything different than this.
Yeah.
So we're talking different people, different sources that have no connection to us.
Different circles.
Yeah, sharing images and files that I had not seen previously that all match this.
Mm-hmm.
So if this was somehow a targeted campaign at us, impressive. Very impressive.
You got us. Good job.
Yeah. Apple would have to talk to all of these people and convince them to send me. It'd be insane. Okay, so that's iPhone 17 Pro. Mark Gurman, sorry, we did not, in fact, fake it. He didn't delete his tweet, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And finally, listen, I don't like the whole, I will put on a show and we'll play back and forth with Mark Gurman, but as a person, I respect his work.
Oh, yeah.
I think we both do.
Yeah.
And it just sucks for someone who is a professional in the industry, who has his own reputation to uphold, to, with his whole chest, make a public accusation over another person that has been right before. There's not
It's not like you've always swung and missed.
Yeah, and without sounding like an asshole, we were doing fine with views before this.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't need to get desperate and fake a leak for views. That's not what happened. So I see a lot of people giving Mark the business after that, and I don't think he did it himself by publicly accusing us.
He definitely brought it upon himself.
But I don't want to encourage that.
No.
The best thing we can do is wait till September, and then we'll see.
Yeah, we'll just wait and see, and then, hey, we're still buds, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah. What's really cool, right?
Yeah.
Is that if you want to know the legitimacy of what we've put out in the last month, you don't actually have to wait till September. You would probably just have to wait till, I don't know, June, WWDC.
Yeah.
Because when you see iOS 19 and it looks like what we showed you, maybe people start looking back at these, all the people that are like, this is clearly fake. Maybe you'll go,
yeah,
maybe. And then we just have till September after that to wait.
There you go.
So iPhone Air.
Look at that.
iPhone 17 Air.
What a looker. What a great render, by the way. Both of these renders have been incredible. First one on the 17 Pro by Asher Dips.
And this one from Zell.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the way this worked was Asher was busy and we had to quickly this was Asher's plan. I don't think I've personally spoken to Zell, but obviously
looks incredible.
Looks great.
Yeah.
So this was originally supposed to help bolster our iPhone 17 Pro story.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the phones side by side, you can see that the camera bars, when it's flush to the top, they match.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes against previous rumors and renders that you had seen of the 17 Pro, where the camera bar is either 3 cameras all the way at the top, which cannot happen. It's impossible.
Spread horizontally, yeah.
Or where the camera bar is moved down a bit. And those are the most popular versions.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see why a 17 Pro with the camera bar moved down, put next to this, doesn't look consistent, doesn't look intentional.
Right.
But when you put these phones together, iPhone 17 Air and iPhone 17 Pro, now it looks like a cohesive design. For audio listeners, iPhone 17 Air, if you haven't seen it yet, it's a really thin iPhone. I'll give you details here in a bit that I have not shared yet, so a bit of an exclusive for Recycle Bin. With a camera bar at the top, a horizontal camera bar from left to right all the way, a single camera lens on the left, and a microphone and a flash all the way on the right. So, how thin is the phone? I mentioned that, sometimes I say things to protect certain people. Okay?
Right.
So sometimes when you are watching Front Page Tech and you hear me say something, sometimes it's safe to assume that I am lying.
Okay. I think you may need to expand on that. After talking about not having fake leaks.
Yeah. So in the 17 Air video, I say something to the equivalent of, I don't know exact dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true.
That's not true, nope.
That's just like to separate. Luckily, more people have like I've been reached out to since last night from other people. So if I gave exact dimensions, it would be more. Now it's more unclear where I would have gotten them.
Oh yeah.
Okay. For official numbers, this is very like this is nerd stuff. But Mac Rumors 95 Mac. If you guys want this, here you go. The phone is very thin. It is. What did I put in my notes? 5.64 millimeters?
Yeah. 5.64
millimeters thin. Maybe Apple will round that to 5.6 millimeters thin, but the exact measurements are 5.64 millimeters. Screen is 6.7 inches exactly. That's a really thin phone. It's so thin, in fact, that the USB-C port is not centered on the Y-axis.
No, it's centered on the Y, not on the X-axis. It's moved.
Huh?
X goes this way. Y goes up and
down. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's not centered on the Y-axis.
Okay.
So
I like how this whole time I've had it swapped because I think there was a confusion.
No, I don't think you did. I looked at because when I didn't know what a Y and an X axis were, I looked at your script and
oh god,
yeah, you were right.
Okay, someone's dumb here at some point.
The USB-C port, if you don't know X and Y, I don't blame you. The USB-C port is sent if you're looking at the bottom of the phone. It is perfectly center from left to right.
Yes.
But it's closer to the rear of the phone than it is the front of the phone.
Correct. There we go.
There's just like the display needed to go somewhere, and it's 5.64 millimeters thin. So
just to clarify, because to put it in perspective, the difference, the iPhone 16 base model is 7.8 millimeters thin.
Very thin.
So this is a thin boy.
And when you look at... So I have seen way more detailed things than what we gave you in the episode last night for the iPhone 17 Air.
Yes.
Can I show you something?
Go ahead. Do it right now. That's a great reveal for only me.
Obviously, I don't want anyone, we can't show this, but...
Yeah, I can see it.
What I'm about to show Brian
That's the
is
perks.
the iPhone 17 Air on its back next to the iPhone 17 Pro.
Okay.
So you can see just how drastic... Oh, first of all...
Heck yeah. Let's check. I'll get a...
First of all, here's the USB-C port. You can see.
Oh, yeah.
So,
closer to the rear.
And then this is the top end.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at this. Just can I just say, because I can see John's camera roll or whatever. There's photos of steak that he has made, cut up, and then there's just iPhone leaks littered in between. So there's his priorities.
Okay, so that doesn't do justice.
Yeah, I can
Here's
see
the
there.
top end.
Yeah, and I like another piece you mentioned in your notes that we can mention.
Look at this, the bottoms.
Yeah.
Look at the bottoms. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
they
closer.
Can't see this, right?
No,
okay, good.
Closer in thickness to an iPad Pro, if that gives you any idea.
Yeah.
It's still thinner, by the way, just to be clear.
Crazy thin.
You mentioned yet despite the body's thinness, the camera bump has a bump.
Okay, yeah, so thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
I wanted to point this out because I'm getting a lot of this on Twitter and a lot in the YouTube comments saying, wow, they made it thin, but the camera bump has a bump. There's no excuse for that. I want all of you to do me a favor. If you have an iPhone right now, I want you to look at the back of it. You'll see it ramp up onto like a camera bump, and then the lenses themselves are also elevated.
Little lens bump.
This is no different than that. It's not a bump on top of a bump. Your current iPhone looks exactly like that. You just notice it less because you don't have it blown up on a giant screen. And you're like, with renders, we're showing you zoomed in details that maybe in real life you're not looking at. But your camera bump does have a bump now. I get that it looks more exaggerated on a phone that's 5.6 millimeters.
It's going to stick out a little bit, yeah.
Be a little top heavy, maybe. What else can I cover here for the? Okay, so the 17 Pro.
Oh, you looking?
The 17 Pro, there were rumors of a dual tone thing.
Yeah.
You a lot of people showing aluminum and then a glass window. Okay, so for I'll show you, Vern.
Oh, go ahead.
So here's an early.
Yep.
This is an early CAD file that shows that.
It shows that exact cutout style.
So it's
image.
It's still exactly. Oh, sorry.
It was for the Pro, but yeah, I can't go back.
It
Easily.
looks exactly like the Pro that we leaked, but it also has that glass window. Now, what I think this is, so this was months ago, and what I think this is like what it looks like, what the chassis looks like internally. I don't think it was ever supposed to be the outside.
Yeah.
Kind of how like your phone now has the MagSafe coils in the middle, but you don't see those.
Exactly.
If you were looking at an internal CAD, that would show those. So imagine seeing that in a CAD and then leaking that there's going to be a giant circle on your phone.
Right. That's what we're seeing here.
The actual finished version is one piece of what I think, that I'm speculating because I don't actually know. I think it's aluminum.
Yeah. To be clear, we don't know the materials.
Correct.
Technically.
Just
what
show
it
you
feels
something.
like. Yeah.
Because I got this after we published our leak, a much more like detailed, finished model. Because what we made our model off of initially was me seeing it and then going off of memory telling Asher.
Yeah.
After that, we received a lot more. Now, I just want you to look at this, Bern. This, to me, looks like a unibody.
It does.
It does not look like current where the sides separate into the glass.
It looks like unibody, yeah.
This is the regular 17.
Yeah.
17 Pro.
Yeah. So what the image is showing is a lack of a seam around the sides and the back.
So basically a unibody on the 17 Pro of what I guess is aluminum. Like it's hard to tell.
Yeah. It really is. I mean, like I said, we don't know specifics on material other than what it feels like.
Yeah, so that's a slight difference in our let me move this. In our model here that you see, there is a separation from the glass to the sides of the phone, but in the most updated, actual full completed model that we have, it is one piece.
Yeah.
So it looks the same, color's the same, and all that other stuff. Camera bump looks the same, the horizontal bar, but it's all one like unified piece. Johnny Ive would love it. Well, I don't know if he'd love the whole thing, but he loves the unibody.
He
thing.
might not like the massive plate, the serving tray of glass.
So that's it for our hardware leaks for a bit. I don't think... Oh, I did mention on Twitter, and I guess I'll mention here, we have all of the phones now. So the lineup is completed.
Not physically.
No. Yeah, not physically. But the lineup for us internally is completed.
Yes.
It's the 17. We showed you the 17 Air and the 17 Pro. The Pro Max we now know is just a blown up version of the Pro as usual. And the biggest controversy today is that because we have the models of them. The 17, regular base 17, does not have a camera bar. It does not match any of these designs, actually. It looks exactly like the base 16.
Yeah.
So, let's speculate.
I think this is this is a very Apple maneuver.
Well, I want to know, because I have conjured an idea, which again, I don't actually know.
This is speculate?
Very speculate.
Yeah.
We're so early on in this, we don't know how these are going to be marketed. I'm pretty certain about the iPhone Air. I don't know if it's going to be called iPhone 17 Air or just iPhone Air. But what if there was a scenario, again, just guessing, what if there's a scenario where it's not 17, 17 Air, 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max? What if it's like, what if these are all four different models? Because the Air is not just a blown up version of the regular 17.
That's true. Yeah.
And like, is this an Ultra?
Honestly,
Is Pro and Pro Max gone?
I don't.
Is there 17 Air, and 17 Ultra? Again, I'm just guessing.
Yeah. I'm not going to speculate on the names and like how that's marketed. However, the differentiation between models physically, if they're leaving the 17 base to just be the 16 base with updated internals and whatever new colors, Apple it.
Yeah.
And then giving the redesign to the Pro and the Air, that is just marketing 101. Like, hey, here's your normal run-of-the-mill iPhone. That's great iPhone. You're used to this iPhone.
Yeah.
And here's the new stuff. Wow. That's the way. That makes sense to me.
Well, what's going to be interesting is tomorrow when this new iPhone SE 4 comes out, If it's called the iPhone 16e, we've got a problem.
Yeah, dude.
Because that insinuates that every year there's going to be a new version of that. You can't put a number on it.
No.
Like if you have a 16e, that probably means you're going to have a 17e and then a 18e, and so is the lineup by this time next year going to be 17e, 17 Air, 17 Pro, 17 Max, like 17 Pro Max, like it's getting very messy.
For those uninitiated or maybe not keeping up 100% with leaks and rumors, where did this 16e name come from?
Some guy on Weibo, I think.
Yeah,
like it's just been floating around, and originally it was kind of scoffed at, but
I've seen it too.
The way Tim posted a tweet announcing an announcement for February 19th, which at the time of this recording is tomorrow, and he said we're going to welcome a new member of the family. So that makes people think 16e to go along with the 16. I could argue it could also just mean the iPhone family as in general.
For sure.
This morning there was a Chinese website that I think is going to sell it, and they posted the name as 16e on accident. So I don't know.
Well, in a way, that kind of reminds me of when all of these case companies, at least on the U.S. side of things, like this is what I always saw. When the new iPhone would come out, it wouldn't say, let's say, iPhone 8 Plus. They would be differentiated by just their sizes.
Yeah, it's like iPhone 2020 6.1 or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So that could, I don't know why. Maybe that's an internal or for some reason identifier. But
for like
knows?
a year now, we have known what the SE4 is going to look like. We know exactly what it's going to look like. That's not going to be a surprise.
Yeah.
The surprise is going to be the price, because I think if it's the SE4, the price is going to land at $499, $500, which is perfect.
Oh, that's
I'm
nuts.
worried.
Yeah,
because if it's the 16e, I think we're looking at $600. I think they're going to market their way up to $600 because it's you can get an iPhone 16 for what is it, $799, so $800.
Yeah,
16e for $600.
Yeah, the name would accompany a higher price just by piggybacking off of the current generation.
Yeah. I don't want to take up too much time, because if you're watching this tomorrow, then you already know. It's not, you don't need us to talk about it, but
it's fun to speculate. This is real speculation.
Yeah, going to be a very weird iPhone lineup, and it's funny because the last year or so of iPhone stuff has been kind of boring, especially the 16 lineup. So the fact that we're all talking about this and speculating for the first time in years is cool. That's nice. Fun. At least, for this community. Don't speculate too much. Don't speculate your way away from this, because that's what it looks like. Don't cope your way out. You cannot. That's what the Pro's going to look like.
And this is not planned. Don't speculate your way out of the sponsor for today's Recycle Bin, this week's Recycle Bin, store.frontpagetech.com.
You remembered it.
I did. I almost said it wrong.
Congratulations.
I really took a second.
You can get so many things. You want a hat, get a hat. You want a hoodie, get a hoodie. You want a sweatshirt, t-shirt.
You want Recycle Bin socks?
You want Recycle Bin socks?
Or the limited edition FPT hat.
The FPT hat. Oh, yeah, we have Recycle Bin hats. We have, my favorite brand, your favorite type of hat as well.
Yeah.
With a stealth hat, which looks really cool.
Tell you what, there's actually, this is not an official competition, but internally, when we were coming up with these products, there's 2 different Recycle Bin hats on the store.
Yes.
There is one designed to your liking and one designed to my liking. There's a is FlexFit?
FlexFit, yeah.
FlexFit
That's
hat
him.
that has nothing on the back. It just stretch you to your head.
Yeah.
And then that's your design choice. And
with
then,
a bright blue Recycle Bin logo.
And
on the
then
front.
I designed a Recycle Bin dad hat with a stealthed out Recycle Bin logo on the front.
So black,
all blacked
embroidered
out.
black. Yeah.
So generally speaking, even if you don't buy the hats, I just kind of want your feedback on them. So
mine's better because it's got bright blue.
Hey, anybody who has actually, because I know a lot of people have received their merch, send us a voicemail, 404-919-5530. I want to hear your feedback.
And send us a picture. I want to see you in stuff. I want to see you looking pretty.
Send it to you on Twitter or
I guess so.
Email me.
Yeah, email him, not me.
Brian at frontpagetech.com.
Yeah, do not email me, please.
Yeah, I deleted it. I deactivated my Twitter so long ago at this point. It ain't coming back. And that's okay with me. Okay, and sponsor.
So those are our hardware leaks. Hopefully you
Whee!
enjoyed.
Yay!
We have one more video coming up for you this month. Depending on how you look at it, could be bigger than the leaks that we just put out. It could be around the same.
Yeah.
So Recycle Bin exclusive. You are going to see the rest of iOS 19.
Yeah, that's true.
So we showed you the camera, and maybe when we showed you the camera, we were lying there too that we didn't that we hadn't seen more of it.
Yeah.
Who's to say, really?
Who's to say, really?
So sometimes you gotta say things to protect certain people, and
Yeah.
you gotta keep timelines square, and
Speaking of, and this isn't a sponsor, but it just made me think of this. We have recently made an update to our Patreon, fptdocs.com. That is the sort of one-stop shop for everything doc related. We are still making those. Leaks are but a pit stop.
Okay, yeah,
Not really. FPT style videos are totally back.
yeah, obviously.
We're not going anywhere. You're going to be seeing a lot more FPT videos. However, if you are interested in doc content, Patreon, fptdocs.com. I will go ahead and let you know we did post what the next doc will be on that Patreon.
We did do that.
And, those people are supporting us, our patrons, our lovely supporters and producers over there. So they get to know.
Yeah.
And that's for everybody else to find out eventually.
Yeah. So just as a heads up, we did the iOS 19 camera thing.
Yeah.
We did the iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Air. Those are we're not going to do a 17 video, I don't think. We gave you the information here. You're welcome. And then iOS 19, as a whole, you'll see the rest of it by the end of this month in a video. And then I think we're going to take a beat.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the biggest leaks you're going to need all year that we just did in a month.
Pretty much.
We blew the whole load. So then we get to be a little bit more creative again.
Yeah,
after we get this information out there.
Yeah, creative, FPT uploads, doc updates, the recycle bin,
Yeah.
weird stuff. Still got. Speaking of weird stuff, let's go ahead and just
Our housekeeping done.
housekeeping for the overall
Okay.
overarching thing,
Yeah.
but now recycle bin housekeeping.
Okay.
Shilajit update. It fucking sucked.
It was very bad.
Sorry if that's your thing. If you're a Shilajit enjoyer, we felt terrible.
So
after
terrible.
that day.
Now listen, we are content-brained people. We will do
yeah.
anything for content. And the original plan was to try Shilajit on the show, go, ugh, and then take it every day and report back 30 days from now.
Yeah.
We have not taken it again since the first try because it made us feel terrible, and I don't want to feel like that every day.
No, it really. I felt like I got like a buzz.
Yeah, it was not good.
I don't know.
It was not a fun buzz. I wasn't like relaxed and vibing.
Yeah.
I was trying to do other stuff, and it was distracting and
a
terrible.
little sick to my tummy.
Yeah, not good.
I'll even throw out there. Maybe it was the brand we tried. I tried to do my due diligence,
man.
researching, making sure we weren't getting heavy metal poisonings.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way, Shilajit dead and gone. If you're a Shilajit enjoyer, feel free to call in and
You're
tell
an
us.
insane person.
Or the orange. Either way, if it makes your peenie bigger, makes it sturdier, give us a call. Let us know.
It turns out it was not legit.
Shilajit, not legit enough. I quit.
It was not good. Yeah, never again.
Okay. This is just my personal what I want to talk about next. I have some external media
Okay.
for us. And this is a bit of a follow-up. This is not meant to be an assassination hit piece. But
What now?
I do feel the need to pseudo-defend myself. In the past, we have mentioned, we have gone back and forth on how you navigate your feet.
Okay.
From how you put on your shoes in quite the messy way.
Okay.
How you treat your socks.
Okay.
How you don't tend to your driveway or your walkways in the winter.
Yes.
I have gone out and done some expeditionary investigations on just how your surfaces are treated outside.
Do we gotta?
So here is a live walkthrough of walking to my
hell.
car
I just saw
from
the
your
thumbnails.
home.
Okay.
Oh, hold please. Hold
Wait,
please.
is this
I
out
got to
the-
make sure
is this
there's
out
audio.
the back or the front door?
This is out the front door.
Okay.
This is what it's like leaving John's house.
He said bye.
He just yelled, "Be careful." from
He
the
said be
door.
careful for me.
This is what it's like because
Hey,
he
you can
doesn't
see
get
the
rid of
walkway.
ice.
It's ice.
But you can see
This
where
is
it goes.
ice. This isn't snow. You see? This is ice.
Hear the crunching?
Look at that. This is.
Oh, look. He,
Oh shit! That's really
ground.
slippery.
That's
That is
that's
ice.
legit ice.
Oh, and I got to navigate through this.
I actually multiple times.
This is what I have to deal with.
I almost busted my ass multiple
Jesus.
times.
Okay, that's.
Are you in
there's
the
nothing
driveway
there.
yet? It's still the walkway.
least.
How long is this?
I'm walking
this is
carefully.
I
This is
can't
what
tell
it's
where
like
you are.
leaving and entering John's house because he doesn't take care. There's my car.
My Bronco. My Bunko.
Okay, it's good over here.
I made it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the
Big,
important
nice big
part
patch
of the
ice.
story is that he made it.
I
I
did.
parked on the worst part, by the way.
Congratulations.
Oh my god.
And I have to open my
leaving.
door.
I'm just sliding away.
So
One
you
thing
mean
I
when you
didn't-
open the door, your car didn't just slide down the driveway?
No.
Wow.
One thing I didn't leave in, and I should have been recording, trying to open my door, like it's a newer car. It doesn't
You're not
require
stable.
It doesn't require a ton of force, so I'm like sliding, trying to open the door, and I can't. My feet don't have
Why are there
purchase.
2 more videos, Burn?
Well, because I decided, hey, guess what? It's Ohio in the winter. It snowed again.
It did.
So
It did do
I
that.
thought that
when
was going
was that?
Oh, okay. That was. Let's see here. Should be in the info. Get info. The 11th.
Okay.
So not that long ago.
okay.
Today. Update today.
Today.
Coming to your house.
This feels wrong to do to your friend.
Does it? This feels wrong that I have to deal with as your friend.
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
wasn't expecting to have an update. It's much worse today.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hey, when you showed the get info, did it show the location too?
Let's look again.
Say no.
Don't think so.
Okay, let's hope not. Okay.
Good thing we're not live.
Good thing.
I'll make sure I send you these files.
Okay, go ahead.
Update to my previous John driveway video. This is my walk to bring him a nice treat. Yeah, this is a walkway. This is
That's the
sidewalk
same walkway.
leading up to his front door. Just to be clear, I'm walking on a walkway. You can see some pavement.
You can hear the snow crunching beneath my
Think
boots.
about boots. Imagine wearing Converse through here. Oh, ice. Oh, good. Here we go.
Okay, and then there's one last video, a few seconds long. This is a good one.
Welcome. I disagree.
Welcome, I disagree. So that's what I get to deal with as your best friend
Okay.
and cohort.
well,
What do you have to say for yourself?
Nothing.
That's okay
That
to you.
tracks with the information we gave. That I don't
That's
shovel
okay?
it or.
That's okay for you?
Yeah, it seems like.
You like that?
I mean, it seems like maybe you should bring a shovel for the areas that you want to walk in.
I need to bring the shovel. For the audio
you're
listeners,
the only one
I
watching
am
this show
taken
right
aback.
now that's complaining.
I bet every delivery driver, you have killed them. I think they're dead. I bet there's a
Is
pile
that why
of
I never have
corpses.
the same one?
It must be. I think underneath all the snow and ice, there's probably a corpse of somebody who had an accident.
Just didn't make it.
And they didn't make it back to their car. There's at least, I saw 3 cars that have been abandoned outside your property.
Is there really?
No.
I haven't been outside in a while, so I don't know.
Shocking.
Yeah, I just stay in here. You know, some people get stir crazy like you. You don't like being at home because if you haven't seen like the sun or gotten your vitamins from Walmart or whatever.
Yeah. What? Okay,
you
sure.
need like stimulation from the external world.
I need outside source stimulation, correct.
The outside world does more damage
It terrifies
than
you?
it does good. I have been home for days straight, and it's been swell.
I'm happy it's been swell for you.
Haven't seen the outside. Didn't even know it was like that out there. so there's that. I guess that's another. That's another thing. You think it's bad out there, but you think it's bad because you see it. I have not seen it.
You just don't deal with it?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I just wanted to put
It's-
that out there.
In my mind, it's sunny and beautiful, and the birds are going yeep, 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 yeep.
I just wanted to put this investigative journalism out there because I just felt the need to show what it's actually like.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Oh, you do?
No.
Because I'm twice on the bad vibes side of the TV in sticky note form.
Oh, you want a third time? Keep it up.
Oh my! Hey, okay. This might do it. This might ruin. So, okay. Previous recycle bins.
Yes.
We've mentioned some particular canned fish that we need to try it.
No.
No, I don't have it. Relax. What were those canned fish?
Sardines.
Okay. Do me a favor.
Sardines.
Do me a favor and listen to... this is my last piece of external media. This was recorded... sometimes I do notes and I think about recycle bin while under the effects of some legal vitamins
Okay.
in Ohio.
Yes.
It's weed. Weed edibles are legal
Okay.
for those older than 21 in Ohio.
They were purchased from a legal, regulated place of business.
It's really cool, actually. You walk in, you just show your ID, and they're like, okay, go ahead. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, this has been recorded under vitamin situation. Okay, so here we go.
Burn log. What is the difference between a sardine and an anchovy?
I just paused it there because I forgot that those existed.
I've never seen one in the same room. The only
different things,
instance
right?
of me ever seeing an anchovy is on SpongeBob.
What?
Anchovies!
Is that one of the...
Where they get out of the bus and it's just like a giant...
Isn't that the first
horde,
episode?
I think so. A giant horde of anchovies.
Yeah, and SpongeBob starts slinging patties.
That's the only time I've seen them.
Yeah. But that made me think. I still haven't looked it up.
They're not the same?
I don't know.
Well,
I was
they have
hoping
different
you
names.
knew. Let's continue listening.
I didn't know pirates were real. What are you asking me for?
I actually forgot there's more to this, so I'm kind of nervous now. I don't know what's in the rest of this. Look it up.
What difference could there possibly be?
I agree with past burn.
It's a fish in a can, right? Okay, that's all. I think that there's okay. There are vitamins at play. So okay, well,
it just ends. Okay, I looked it up because I didn't know this. The difference between anchovies and sardines, they are small, oily fish, both of them. Anchovies are generally smaller, have a much stronger, saltier flavor due to their curing process, and are usually sold as fillets.
It sounds worse.
Yeah, I agree.
The saltier.
Sardines are typically larger and sold whole, often with a milder taste and lighter flesh color. Wow.
So the trade-off is you get nice fillets, but it's salty and wet and disgusting.
I think they're both going to be salty and wet and
Or
disgusting.
you have a much milder flavor, but you have the whole corpse.
The whole corpse is a horrific way to talk about a piece of food.
That's how they give it to you. That's not my fault.
I think it's carcass is probably closer.
That sounds worse.
Are we going to have to just have a house cleaning episode of Recycle Bin where
all the junk we
do a sock try on, we try sardines and anchovies and compare and contrast, rate them, I guess. We're going to have to
Having to try both is just, that sounds like someone hates me.
Yeah. And okay, and the last note I had created under vitamins, why does hockey have fist fights? Why is that a part of it? There's been some stuff going on between the U.S. and Canada in this first couple months of 2025. And there was recently a Canadian versus U.S. hockey match game. There was very little hockey played. It was just mostly fights.
Okay.
Which is fine, I guess.
Well, I think the lines got crossed somewhere because fights happen in the NFL and in MLB, the baseball, but people stop them.
I guess the difference is hockey is it's like they get point or they it's part of it.
Well, it's like the referees for football and baseball, they have enough traction to get to the fight and stop it and punish you.
That's the issue. The refs don't have traction.
But if you try to stop a hockey fight, you're just now part of the fight.
Yeah,
you're slipping and sliding around.
Yeah, you know what? And this is not meant to be a joke. Don't laugh at this. Do you remember this? I don't know if you know this. Recently, past couple years, I'm pretty sure, a guy in hockey was killed when his throat got cut by an ice skate, by a blade.
During a fight?
No,
or
no,
just
during
a regular.
game.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, it was actually
Is this a professional thing, or was
I want to
it-
say it was.
Oh my!
Yeah, but I'm not going to Google
Maybe like Barry Bonds just getting fucking
a bat shoved in his eyes.
yeah, right in the game. You said don't laugh.
Well, I'm not laughing
you
at that.
queued that up telling me not
I'm
to
not
laugh.
laughing at that. I'm laughing at. I only know about this from a different podcast. Do you know who Don Zimmer is from baseball? Mm-mm. Okay, he was a coach, and he was an old guy. Mm-hmm. He got into a fight with a player.
Okay,
and there's a video and an image of this guy eating a mitt.
I thought he was eating a man.
No, yeah, but I thought about that. Anyway,
on what other podcast would you get
all of this?
Would I be showing you images of an unreleased iPhone and you show me images of a man eating a baseball mitt?
I couldn't find it easily.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
So
I'm not going to look up why there's fighting in hockey. I put the onus on the listeners.
Yeah,
they'll tell us.
There's going to be a bunch of hockey fans. There'll be more hockey fans than there were flat earthers, I bet.
The best part is you can lie to us. That's okay.
No, don't encourage that.
I'm just saying,
we'll never be able to trust anything on the show
again. If they did, that'll just be part of the lore of Recycle Bin, that we don't understand how hockey works.
Okay.
To be fair, hockey's pretty cool.
Is it, though?
It's more interesting than baseball.
It's slippery soccer.
No, dude. It's way more interesting.
Slippery soccer.
I would say hockey is I would rather watch a hockey game.
It's just slippery soccer with a really dangerous ball.
A puck?
Yeah, it's basically a bullet.
I would rather watch hockey than baseball or soccer.
Stop it.
Which you wouldn't?
I would rather watch hockey than soccer, yeah, because it's just dangerous soccer.
How is baseball more interesting than hockey?
Because I love baseball.
Why?
I don't know.
You have no reason to like it?
I played it. I understand it. I like it a lot. I love the pacing of baseball.
So you like the slow, boring pacing of baseball?
It's not boring.
Even baseball fans can say baseball
everyone
is boring.
is nice and stable on the ground, not slippery. In fact, when the weather's bad, they stop it. So
they can't even play it.
When it is icy, they stop.
I will say basketball is by far the most fun sport to watch.
You don't need to say things that are not true on
basketball
the
is fucking awesome.
show. We're already faking leaks here. You don't need to say fake things about basketball.
Football is very boring.
That's not true.
Wrestling is the best sport.
If I had to rate them, wrestling, professional wrestling.
Yeah. Well, actually, also like a collegiate, like
no.
That's pretty cool, dude.
Okay, list of sports, specifically WWE, and then football, and then baseball, and then basketball.
Is it fair to...
And then basketball, and then hockey, and then soccer, and rugby, and Red Rover, and kickball, and whatever's left.
Have you actually watched rugby? Dude, rugby is fucking cool.
It's just like how hockey is dangerous soccer, rugby is just dangerous football.
Yeah, but like... It's nuts.
Okay, well, it made the list, so I don't know what
your problem is.
Do you know
why they wear any amount of head protection in rugby? Like they have things that cover their ears?
Because of the hockey puck.
No, because it was a problem that people's ears were getting ripped off in rugby from the contact. That's awesome. I may have made that up. I don't think I did.
Can you play rugby if you can't hear rugby?
I think that's the benefit. Once your ears are gone.
If your ear is ripped off, I don't know how ears work. Can you still hear? Because is the ear just like the funnel?
It is, kind of.
And then you still have a hear hole.
Yeah, you do have a hear hole. You're like a snack, like a little snake.
See,
a hear hole.
So ear, yeah. If I was gonna get anything ripped off, ear wouldn't be too bad.
Talking about ears for a sec.
Okay.
One of my like childhood memories of a local commerce area my mom and I would go to all the time. Mm-hmm. There was an ear doctor in this plaza, and he didn't just have like a John Prosser ear doctor here sign. Mm-hmm. His sign was a giant ear,
yes, with
words. There was one word above and one word below, and it just said "here, here." Like, that was it. That was all the advertising he needed.
H-E-A-R.
Here.
Then on the bottom, H-E-R-E.
Here.
Okay.
You can hear.
That's cool.
Here. That was it.
Imagine being a doctor for just a thing.
Most of them are.
No, I won't be. If I was going to be a doctor, I want to be doctor for
Those are called general practitioners.
I'm going to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor for everything. Like, imagine just being a here guy, and someone in your family is like, I got a sore throat. You're like, I don't know, I can't hear it. Can you hear your throat? Can you hear how sore it is? I can't help you.
I mean, there must be something to this because why do dentists always want to kill themselves?
See? Because they're looking at horrifying things.
Look at Matthew Perry.
The mouth is disgusting.
In
Imagine
whole 9
a mouth
yards.
that's not doing well.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe mouths are gross.
The dentist really,
It's a higher rate, I'm pretty sure, unless that's a false thing from a movie.
why do you think?
Have you ever seen The Whole 9 Yards?
Nope.
It's a great movie. You should watch
It's
it.
about a dentist?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed.
Matthew Perry's a dentist.
He's dead.
Yeah. Well, no, in the movie,
He's
I'm just going to
alive.
spoil it. He gets so sad from being a dentist that he does like.
That's the movie.
What's one of the major plot points? Bruce Willis is in it too.
Oh my God, I'm so sad that I must.
Bruce Willis makes him do it.
It's like, you won't do it.
It's a crazy.
You won't
90s
do it,
movie.
dentist.
Yeah, it's a crazy '90s movie. He
If
goes.
you had a good day, look at my mouth.
Well, he's French Canadian in
You
the
think
movie.
Bruce remembers it?
No, sadly. Yeah, it's a crazy movie.
Should I cut that part out that I said?
No, we're not cutting anything out. This is a recycle bin, baby.
What about the Matthew Perry thing?
That's real.
Okay.
Yeah, we're keeping it in.
He wasn't a dentist in real life, and he is gone.
No, that's the plot of the movie, though. It's before Friends. Actually, it's
wow.
wait, I think it's after Friends.
Yeah,
It's a
it
great
would make
movie.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay, what lead
You don't want to talk about? I lied about the whole plot of that movie.
see what I mean? You see what I mean? This is what's fucked up about you. This is what... Okay, question. Is there any movie that has Matthew Perry in it that involves that plot line at all?
Yeah. So I actually forgot this part. This is going to require some prep on my end.
Messed up.
You have a note in here. Do you want to talk about something?
What? What's it say? I
You
can't
had a
read.
scary tongue moment.
Oh, I got a boo-boo tongue.
Do you want to explain what happened to you? Because I have a video of it.
Yeah, I went over for dinner, and you guys had made a wonderful, like, creamy chicken dish with rainbow tomatoes or whatever they're called. What are they called?
You made me stupid. What? You deleted this information from my brain. Sun-dried tomatoes.
Is that what they were?
Yeah.
They didn't.
Would you say rainbow tomatoes? see what you
tomatoes
do.
in it. And it was so good. It was so good that I had like 2 massive plates. Felt terrible at the end, but my mouth felt so good. And then I sat down, and I started to get my tongue started to feel like someone put Pepsi in it. You know, it was like bubbling on the inside.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, Brian, does my tongue look weird? And it's dark. And he's like, no. And then I started to doubt that it didn't look. I doubted that it looked normal because it didn't feel normal. Then I went in the bathroom, I looked at my tongue, and it was bubbly everywhere on the sides.
Yeah.
You're not going to show them.
Oh, yeah. The best part of this, by the way, it's going away for a sec. The best part of this, by the way, is the way my house is set up, the timing and how things occur in the evening. My son always goes to bed at 8, and either myself or my wife put him to bed. So bedtime is occurring. And it's quiet in the house.
No one puts me to bed.
No. It's quiet in the house, and this is happening with your tongue. And we're trying to play Mario Kart because we're about to watch wrestling once my wife is done with bedtime. So we're just buying time. So we stopped playing Mario Kart, and you're losing your mind about your tongue. But quietly,
because it was getting worse and so fast.
Quietly going, like, panicking.
Well, like, if it was any other body part, whatever, but I'm like, my tongue's it's going to get too thick. It's going to swell up in my throat, and I'm dead. I'm a dead man. I'm going to die playing Mario Kart.
Oh, my God. Okay, yeah. So let's check out John's tongue issue here.
I'm going to die?
I'm going to pause it. I don't know.
It's horrific.
Yeah, you can kind of see the little pustules.
It looks so disturbing. Am I dead?
Am I dead?
I like how throughout this 6 seconds, you're trying to get me to look at your tongue. Yes. And I recorded this for you to see it better.
Oh, okay.
You don't stop talking.
Oh. Well, it seems weird to just go,
But when the purpose is to examine the body part, look at this.
Am I going to die?
It's out for a second.
It looks so disturbing.
It does not look
Am I
good.
dead? Did you...
Oh, by the way, at the end, I asked him if he poisoned me.
That did happen.
Important thing to mention.
That did happen, but, it's beside the point.
It's not. Did you? You didn't
No,
answer
I didn't
the question.
poison you.
How do I know?
We ate the same food. Did I get poisoned?
But what if you sprinkled it in mine? I will say, you did not eat a single plate after I got there.
Oh, I demolished those leftovers,
I don't
especially after
know.
vitamins got into play.
There's no confirmation for me.
Oh man, I ate the fuck out of that food. It was very good.
And you didn't get bubbles on your tungles?
Isn't it weird how you can like develop later in life like a potential allergy or something?
I love rainbow tomatoes. And now what? I just can't eat them?
We have to try it. Maybe that should be on the podcast.
Maybe we shouldn't. What if I actually? Because those were just pieces of one. What if I eat a whole thing and then I'm just dead?
You go into like anaphylactic shock on the podcast?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good.
Wow, thank you. Wow, this is a great episode of just hurting me.
You want to talk about any more of your notes?
I would like to talk about yesterday, the occurrence.
What does that mean?
Speaking of getting poisoned.
That's actually in the notes. Good job. I had to cough.
So, this comes on the heels of me talking about how important it is to drink 0 sugar, 0 calorie soda.
Yeah.
Okay? And I said, if you drink regular soda, you're a monster.
I think you did say
You're
that.
wasting so many calories
Yeah.
by drinking just cans of sugar. You're disappointing me. You're disappointing your doctor. You're disappointing your family.
All right.
And we have some usuals, some staples in this part of the house.
Diet Coke?
Diet Coke, Dr. Pepper Zero,
Diet Pepsi, no caffeine.
Diet Pepsi, no caffeine.
That's a good one for those listening.
But one of the most reoccurring staples
This is a good one.
is Cherry 7-Up.
0.
0.
That shit's crazy.
And it's crazy because every time I have it, there have been times where I have to double check the can because it does not taste like a 0. So, with Diet Coke, you can tell.
Yeah.
With
you're
Diet
drinking
Pepsi,
a diet soda.
caffeine free, you could tell.
Yeah.
With like 0 root beer, you could tell. They're close enough that you enjoy them. Mm-hmm. With Cherry 7-Up, you cannot tell. So I'm always doing a double take.
Yeah.
And I got what you might not know about me is I always have a drink.
This is part of
Always
your
have
quirks.
a drink. Either I'm holding one or it's next to me. Whatever.
You never finish them though. That's another story.
I don't like things ending.
Yeah, you're not going to drink any more of this, are you?
Probably. I just leave if there's one more sip in there, that stays.
You leave like 15% of the soda
I want to be in
every
control of
can.
when I'm done. Can doesn't get to tell me when I'm done. Okay. That's just how it is.
Okay.
It's like when I'm listening to music, I turn the song. I go to the next song before the song's over. I don't let it
Do
end.
you really?
Yeah.
You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to self-report like that.
Okay. Well, that's how it is.
Back at your poisoning.
I will also choose another YouTube video before the one before it ends. Anyway, I got Diet Coke and Cherry 7-Up. A delivery. Important. I'm not going outside.
Clearly.
And I did receive a text message that there had been substitutions, but I did not look at what the substitutions might be. I will get to this, but this is a fucked up substitution.
You could have just
No.
You could have marked no.
Fucked up substitution.
It tells you like it's substituted.
The Diet Coke has a lot of caffeine in it, so I had like 3 cans of that, and then it's like evening, so I just start downing Cherry 7-Ups. I drank maybe 4 that evening, and then the next morning, I have a couple Diet Cokes, and then I'm like, okay, that's a lot of caffeine, back to the 7-Ups, and then I have, out of the 12-pack, maybe I've had 6 or 7, maybe 8 of them. I don't know. Who's to say?
Most of your blood is artificial sweetener.
Yes. So I'm sitting at the desk yesterday when work has begun. We're editing the iPhone Air episode.
Yeah.
I'm just sipping, and what do you say?
I say, did you know that is not 0 Cherry 7-Up?
It wasn't. I was just poisoning myself for like 16 hours.
Like 8 cans deep.
Like 1,300 calories of just Cherry 7-Up.
Just sugar. Were they yummy?
Yeah, you can't tell. It didn't taste any different. I would have never known. Never. What if I was diabetic? That substitution could have killed me.
Fucking
Steve?
That
was the delivery guy.
It's not his fault. He just...
It was! He picked it!
But he
You don't see 0 sugar and then be like, oh, I guess the sugar one will be fine.
You know what the craziest part of this is?
Like what?
As a Walmart... I get Walmart
That's like
deliveries
saying,
too.
get me grape tomatoes allergic to the sun-dried ones. And he goes, didn't have grape, here's the
You
sun-dried.
didn't say you're allergic to it?
But it says you should be able to assume.
No.
If someone's getting 0 sugar, there must be a reason. Either they want to be healthier, or what if they're diabetic?
But Jern, the way
that
the
would have
Walmart...
turned me into a lava lamp.
The way the Walmart deliveries work, as it's happening, They say
Nope.
there is a
I
substitution.
have proof.
Go ahead.
I did not receive any text messages until after they were delivered. I got 8 text messages in a row. They were like, bah, 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 bah. And those said that there were substitutions. Those said that it's out for delivery. Those said it's delivered. Not once did someone go, hey, bud. Hey, buddy. And to be fair, even if they hadn't come in late, I don't read them.
Yeah, that's
Don't
true.
substitute with the exact opposite. Don't do that. There was probably any other 0-calorie sugar, 0 sugar soda that you could have grabbed and substituted it.
Okay, just to
if
be
you're
clear.
not getting me cherry 7-Up, give me like the cherry ginger ale. Get me the regular 7-Up, the green one, the lemon lime one. What are you doing? What are you doing?
To clarify, you would rather just to I'm asking.
Steve was almost a murderer.
No.
If I was diabetic,
You should be reading if you're
I live
diabetic.
alone. I would have just been on the phone like, get it, and you would have come found me.
To clarify your stance, instead of getting a sugared soda that is the same one with sugar,
Yes.
you would rather a completely other brand
Yes.
and flavor of soda, as long as it's no sugar.
The soda brand and flavor is not the important part of that equation.
I think
it
is.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
It's not.
If every soda 12-pack that I ordered is the 0 calories, 0 sugar version, why would you think I would want the opposite of that?
So you would have been okay if he was like, hey, here is a 0 sugar cream soda instead of full sugared 7-Up cherry.
That would be better, but that would be better than what I got. But what my argument is, you could have gotten a soda that was closer to that.
But that's not what their
Cherry
job
7-Up.
is.
That's what a fucking substitution is. Cherry 7-Up. Don't have that? Okay. Cherry ginger ale.
But like,
Easy
that sounds
peasy.
gross, bro.
It's not, though. It tastes the same.
Cherry
Give
ginger
me a fucking
ale?
0-calorie squirt.
Cherry ginger ale sounds good to you?
Yeah, it is good. I've had
I
it.
don't know
It's
about
good.
that.
No, it tastes like that 7-Up.
No, it doesn't.
Basically.
It really doesn't.
Basically.
There's no fucking way it does. Now we're
I
just
yelled
fighting.
so hard that my right eardrum sounds like a kazoo.
What is
You ever have that?
No.
When you talk in my right ear, it sounds like...
Okay, this is that. That's the time. An hour and 11 minutes in, I am fatigued with your nonsense.
You can't be.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I'm like, oh,
What else is on the notes? I can't read them.
you've hit them all. It's so cold in here. We're turning the heat off.
Once again, in the notes, it says, piece of shit phone, bro, holy, it's something bad. The iPhone is so bad. It's so bad. I'm glad they're getting redesigned, but inside, they're going to be just as bad.
Yeah, my iPhone 16, the Face ID, it just wasn't
Piece of shit.
working yesterday.
Piece of shit.
I
I
had
just
to-
forgot who you were.
I had to fully restart my phone. No, it went beyond that. It would just, the Face ID process would start, and then it would not end for a while, like 10 seconds, and then just go, enter your password. Like, okay.
Can't see ya.
Yeah.
Maybe it needs to go to an eye doctor.
I think it's time for voicemails.
Okay.
Gentlemen and gentle ladies and everybody else, inclusive, call us at 404-919-5530. We hear every single voicemail
We
that comes
don't.
through. Well, I do. You're right. Then I show you special ones. And that's what we're going to hear today. Special
Oh, good.
voicemails.
Special ones.
From you, the listener or the viewer.
My ass.
Okay.
It hurts me.
You need a break? You okay?
No, I don't need a break.
Let's see. Who?
I hurt my ass.
Oh, what?
I went to
Is that part
sit
of
on a
this?
couch, and I missed the couch part,
Uh-huh.
and I sat my right ass cheek directly on the arm of the couch.
Uh-huh.
So I basically it was like my, when if you bend over, if you bend, okay, do me a favor. If you bent your body like a turkey, your butt bone would be like a triangle.
Okay. I'm trying my best.
That butt bone triangle hit like a 2x4, and I bruised my butt.
Did you sit on like a thin couch? Is that what I'm saying?
No. It was the veracity of my sitting.
Veracity?
My velocity?
Why you talk for a living? Just be clear.
I talk the words you write, though.
You're right. That's true.
I
it's
just
on
have
me.
to be able to read.
I need to educate you.
Am I Michael Scott for real?
I think so.
What did I say? Veracity?
Veracity.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
It means like an intensity for like a hunger but like more of like a metaphorical hunger, I think. It's mostly used like that.
Oh, yeah. I was hungry for...
My ass was hungry for that couch. Great. Thanks for that.
Anyway, so the right side of my anus... Well, not my anus. Okay, can you play the first one?
Yeah.
Help me.
This I really love. We have some great voicemails this week. Keeping it lighthearted.
Why are you laughing?
Just talking about your ass came into to the content, and it's hard to leave. All right.
I bet if I pull my pants down right now on the show, you would see a bruise.
Don't do that. This one's going to mess you up a little bit.
Forbes wrote an article about me today.
They did. They're going to stop if you keep going.
They just don't know my ass is bruised.
Here we go, voicemail.
This voicemail is sponsored by ProcessHostings.com. Hi, I'm Karthik. I'm from India. You guys have no idea how hard it is to get voicemails into the United States from a country where most of the people do not pay for international calling. So figure something out, guys. I would have been calling every single day since the very beginning if I could. This is my beautiful girlfriend's phone. I'm using this to call in because she has international calling. So yay. Also, space here and AI doomsday over there at Genius Bar, huh?
Yeah, what's up with that?
All right, man.
Thank you, Karthik. All the way from India.
Okay. Let the record show it can be done. There have been people that called in, and it sounded like they were calling from space.
Yeah.
And it was having you had to wait a long time for the radio signals to get back into
Talking
Earth.
about a VoIP
and by
service.
then, they had been conjarbled.
Yeah, that works.
And
sure.
they sounded terrible.
Conjarbled.
Let the record show that it can be done. You just need to use his girlfriend's phone. His lovely girlfriend's phone is what he said.
Everybody needs to use Karthik's girlfriend's phone.
Yeah, it sounded great.
You know, it actually did.
And thank you for calling in, for showing, number one, I'll get to it. But number two, for showing us that it can be done. So the first thing he says is this episode sponsored by ProcessHosting.com.
This voicemail is sponsored by ProcessHosting.com.
That is a reference to literally the first handful of episodes of Front Page Tech
Thank you for that voicemail. What a treat. We actually have quite a few international
This episode
voicemails.
of Front Page Tech is brought to you by ProcessHosting.com. Is exactly how I said it.
Can you actually, just for the old school viewers, can you do the intro real quick?
The intro to what?
FPT. The early.
Oh shit! Don't tell me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I want to see if you can produce it on like a dancing monkey. If you could summon it in.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Front Page Tech, the show that gives you all the latest tech news from one geek that's me to another that's you.
Oh, that felt good to hear that.
Did I get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was 9 A-.
Okay, cool.
The vibes were off.
So websites, web design, web development is what I did before YouTube.
Yeah.
It's what I did while I was trying to do YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I made a lot of my own websites that were not successful. I had one that was maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
The other ones, I made so many websites, so many ideas that weren't successful that my next idea was like, how about I just make a website for other people to make websites?
There you go.
ProcessHosting.com.
Terrible name. Terrible name.
But it's me.
I know, but no one knows who you are.
But I thought they did.
Imagine it said like JohnnyHosting.com.
But I thought they would be like, oh, that's a name you can trust. We know him.
Prosser, yeah, that
famous
guy
from geekbasics.com.
Famous from.
So,
oh boy,
you could sign up. I still have all the HTML files.
That's cool. We can just recreate it.
No, we can display it in a web browser.
That's what I mean.
It work.
Yeah.
You could sign up for a package, get hosting, and use it. That was ProcessHosting.com, and
it was pretty successful though. Actually,
it was all right.
There was more customers than I expected.
Well, I wasn't hosting anything.
What? I don't think I knew this. What are you talking about? What are you saying?
I was really just kind of an affiliate.
What?
Do you remember hosting24.com?
Oh yeah. Yeah, what were you, like a fucking affiliate link for Hosting24?
No. Back in the day, Hosting24 had the ability to proxy yourself.
Oh, so it was just
you could pretend. You could white label your own website. Use all of their servers and pretend that it's you. And that's what I did.
Wow. So the veil comes down.
Yeah, 13 years later or 14 years later, it does.
I'm a little like retroactively shocked.
You basically lived in my house then too. Where did you see any servers? You see a single server in that house? No.
You just never told me.
How would it work?
I mean, I wasn't asking questions.
Is all the customers, they're just hosting off my fucking computer?
It's just weird not to tell me. That was just weird.
But you never asked. It's never come up.
That's the cover?
I told you if there's a time to tell you, it is 13 years later on a podcast.
I was in those episodes. That's so funny.
Front Page Tech. I thought that and I don't know why I thought that like people wouldn't know that it was me because it was the same last name. But I was like, if we have a sponsor right off the bat, then maybe other companies will be enticed
that was hilarious.
To sponsor.
That's like the episode of Recycle Bin being sponsored by store.frontpagetech.com.
Yeah.
Limited time hat.
Prosserhosting.com.
Not real anymore. Prosserhosting.com.
It was never real, technically.
Oh my God.
It was just kind of a single page.
That's hilarious.
That feels good.
It feels good to get that off your chest?
That feels good. I don't know how. I wonder if what was the name? Kartik?
That was Kartik from India.
I wonder if he remembers from back then or if he somehow stumbled upon an old episode.
Oh, man. I don't know. The way
Can you go to our channel on here?
Okay. And do what?
Every time I...
I'm
hang on. Every time I'm like, hey, go to the channel or do anything on the TV, he like sighs. But that's the whole reason his fucking screen is here.
I'm not complaining.
It's the whole reason.
You can see all my things.
Go to FPT.
Yeah, here we are.
Go to videos. How are we doing on the newest one?
Oh, 210,000 on the front end. Pretty freaking good.
Okay, videos, and then sort by oldest, and click on the first one. This episode of Front Page Tech is sponsored by ProsserHosting.com. What's going on?
There it is. Hang on.
It's John Prosser, and this is the very first episode. I didn't do it there.
So, what was going on with your throat there? Listen to you.
Front Page Tech. Now, the studio is not finished, and by not finished, I mean...
It probably has better mic. You can hear how terrible it is.
So just let's hear the difference in
For audio
timing.
listeners, this is you heard it. This is the first episode ever.
January 14, 2013, and let's jump to this one, which is... Okay, next episode, I do believe, 3 days later.
This episode of Front Page Tech is sponsored by ProsserHosting.com. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Front Page Tech, the show that gives you all the latest tech news from one geek, that's me, to another. My name is John Prosser.
I didn't say that's you. It evolved. It evolved.
Yeah.
But the fact that I was saying it since the second episode is kind of crazy.
Yeah, okay, I got to be real. This is not going to be a compliment. Looking at you right there. You're pretty big on the screen right now. I have you from 13 years ago right there. And I go like this. And I go like this. You look ancient. Comparatively.
What the fuck? Why would you say that?
Dude, you're a child here. Look, you're the same size. You're the same size on the TV.
What the fuck?
If you were sitting
I'm
here.
sure if we put up a video of you from back then.
Yeah.
You can't say that. You've aged gracefully. You what a glow up.
I see your nose hair. You have a nose hair.
No, I've been trying to get it for so long.
It's on the nostril facing the camera.
No.
That's absurd.
Yeah,
that was 13 years ago.
That's
How old
him.
were you? You were
18, 19?
18, I think. Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah, for some reason my voice sounds not good, but it gets worse somehow. Like go to the channel again, I guess sort by oldest. You can just hit the back button a couple times.
This episode of
There you are. Okay, hang on. Hold please.
And go to keep scrolling.
Yeah, we'll jump ahead to like
no, too far.
Hey, here. All right, let's go to this one. Ready? Oh wait, the office tour. Here we go.
If I didn't want to plug in an external mic, there are two different condenser mics formed in an XY pattern on the top of the Zoom H1.
Why would I show this?
Was it hard to talk?
Yes.
You can see our bad paint job.
The whole room is atrocious. I have bed foam on the top of the ceiling that I cut in half with my bare hand so that it's not even.
I don't know if they can see it, but in these old episodes when you're showing the studio, me and an old friend at the time, we painted this studio, and we did such a bad job painting it as 18-year-olds. Mm-hmm. I painted around the curtains.
So if you move the curtains, you can see the old color.
What? I was hilarious. That's a funny thing.
It's hilarious because it wasn't your fucking house.
You never you didn't fix it.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so I don't know. My voice. A lot of people say I sound like Kermit the Frog now, but this is a great improvement. Something happened in between that and now, where I think it's all of the talking, where my voice just evolved, like it became a little bit more open.
Yeah,
because that is what I sounded like then. And
Same
I don't know
thing
why.
with me. My voice has changed heavily since the journey we've been on together.
Like there's people's voices changed during puberty, but we also had another change just from talking so much forever.
One thing you're not used to that it happened later for me than you, and I don't think most most people who aren't content creators who hear themselves speak on microphones are aware of.
Oh yeah,
you don't
your head
sound,
voice and your
you sound totally different outside your own head than you think you do. Like your voice,
because you're hearing the vibrations of your bones and the insides, your innards, your gizzards.
And from our time doing this, those voices are now mixed.
Yeah, they've been reintegrated.
There's actually there's a great Severance voicemail-ish.
Yeah, like I sound the way when I hear a recording of me, it just sounds like me.
Yeah.
To me, that's default me.
That's why a lot of people don't like to hear the sound of their voice recorded on anything, and that's why.
Well, I think I've probably heard more recorded me than actual me.
That's true. You've probably heard more recorded you than anybody else. Like, you've heard more recorded you than you've heard me.
Oh yeah,
your life.
Of course, for sure.
The most of the voice you've heard in your life has been your own.
Well, when you say it that way, it sounds bad.
It does, yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see.
Thank you, Kartik.
Kartik. Yes. I want to. We got to go for this.
Oh yeah,
one here.
he mentioned Genius Bar. I mentioned I'm scared of AI. It's going to kill us all. It was brought up on Genius Bar on one episode, and I talked about it. No one took me seriously. So everyone remember, when AI kills us all, I tried. Space is a common occurrence here because it's important.
We'll get into some space. We have a little bit of space.
I hear people are sick of space, and guess what? You can't be sick of nature. It's coming for all of you, whether you're sick of it or not.
We have some quirks.
Fucking gamma radiation burst gonna get you.
We have some longer voicemails, but they're two-parters. So this is actually interesting. It happened multiple times today for this episode. So these are some two-parters. Here we go.
Hey, Bernie and John. Danny here from Mexico.
Hi, Danny?
Sorry,
Where'd you
I
get that
called a little
cheese?
late. I don't know if it's going to make it within this week.
You're going to make it,
Hopefully
Danny.
It does make it, or some show. But anyway, John, I did not say you were insane, nor did I say you were chaotic or whatever you said in the
Psychotic.
show. I didn't say that.
Chaotic.
I simply said you had an issue.
You
I
do.
didn't explain myself. Instead of throwing those socks away, you could probably donate them.
Okay, I just want to pause him real quick. This takes a little bit of a turn, and I didn't expect to agree with him on something here. Not the sock comment. I'm not going to donate you
Can I
socks.
respond first to that?
You know what? Go ahead.
So he's upset that I buy new socks, that I always wear new socks, but it makes it somehow worse because I throw them away and I don't donate them. Now,
That's
if
basically
I
what
don't
he's saying.
appreciate already used socks, why would I want to give them to people less fortunate? To remind them that they're less fortunate?
Oh my God.
Here you go. Here's a fucking raggedy ass, already worn once pair of socks.
I can't wait to do the sock comparison. It's gonna be so good if you get
Oh
them
yeah,
wrong.
sorry your life is hard right now. You're going through hardships. I'm sure it'll get better, but not today. Here's a bad pair of socks.
Sorry, Danny. I didn't expect you to get so much smoke here. But here, let's continue listening. Danny, we take a turn, and it's an interesting turn.
If I had the luxury, I would probably do the same thing. But I would probably start first with my underwear because I do fart, and the smell is pretty much poop particles, right? So I would
That's a good point.
change my underwear every day.
I agree with him, actually.
Quirks that I have, I think, is normal guy things like scratching my balls and then sniffing my hand.
What is happening?
Again, okay, Danny. Sorry to pause you again. I feel like we're having a
This
conversation.
is a tech podcast.
Didn't have to self-report that you scratch your testicles and sniff your hand. That's not something I partake in. Got to be honest. didn't need those receipts.
Because of like exclusive stuff in this episode, there's gonna be like Mac Rumors people that are gonna be like, "Oh, let's listen to the we heard some exclusives. Let's keep listening.
Let's check the whole thing just to make sure we got it all." If you put it in the article, Danny from Mexico,
yep,
scratch and sniff,
little scratch and sniff action.
All right, let's keep going.
Clipping my toenails without a clipper and just flicking it anywhere in the room. Basic things. I don't have like a big quirk. I don't think I do.
You say flicking it? Okay, listen.
Picking his toenails without a clipper and then flicking it into the room.
Okay.
Thank you for your I love you, Danny.
Just going, like flicking off with such force that it flew off his...
No.
Oh, God.
I will say, as a kid...
that was a lot to take in, Danny.
We're not even done. As a kid, I was a pick nose booger flicker as a child, I will admit. But that's something you gotta let go.
You know what, Danny?
You gotta move on from that.
We made fun of him for self-reporting. I will...
You're gonna go ahead.
I don't want him to feel alone.
You know what? That's nice of you. Go ahead.
We're a family.
Sure.
You said you used to take boogers and flick them. I did something else.
What did you do? I don't even know if I want to know this. Go ahead. We're waiting. You did this to yourself.
Okay. Now, I want to say it's not that long ago.
This isn't about the dog. Okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
No,
go ahead. No,
you wouldn't.
No, go ahead.
Okay. How dare you?
Go ahead,
First
please.
of all,
Please go ahead.
How dare you?
You're right. We should move on.
It's booger related.
Oh, okay, great. Oh,
Okay.
Good.
And this isn't that long ago.
Cool.
I would pick my nose and put the boogers underneath my chair.
How long ago?
Underneath my office chair.
How long ago? You've given me a hand-me-down office chair.
Well, I just want to say one of them was definitely, and I'm pretty sure you had made a comment about the bottom of the chair at one point, but it wasn't clear.
I still use that chair at home.
No. It's years ago, but just not long enough ago that it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like when you say you used to pick your nose and flick them, it was probably before we met or before we were adults.
Yeah, I was like 9.
Basically, what I'm saying is that version of me that was on the screen just a second ago.
He did that.
That was him. He was doing it.
You were like an adult.
I had the last one it happened to. The happening was my Serta office chair that I had. So like 2014.
That you were an adult.
Yeah.
You were 20.
Yeah, well, old habits die
Never,
hard.
apparently. Well, let's go back to see what Danny has to say. He's right there with you.
And you said that I might be weird for having a 9 to 5. I do have a 9 to 5. But don't mess with my innie, bro, because my innie doesn't know you guys. Or at least I don't think he knows you guys, because I don't listen to the show when I'm in my 9 to 5. And like I said, I think I don't listen to you guys, because that's my innie. This is my Audi, okay? Severance, best show in the fucking world.
Hell yeah.
See you guys later. John, I'm sorry, didn't mean to offend you. Love you guys, keep doing your shit. Peace. Amor. Hasta la vista, baby.
Severance. At the end there, that was he just referenced Severance. Mm-hmm. Fantastic show, guys. Seriously.
They haven't fucked it up yet.
They
Still
haven't.
waiting.
Episode 6 is going to be airing Thursday night.
Yeah.
For the Eastern time zone people, please get on that train. If you're not on that train, it's such a good show. You're missing a cultural phenomenon happening before your eyes.
After the disagreements between Danny and I think we came to an understanding when we both I might call you names on the podcast and make fun of you, but I will also step up and join you side by side with a really gross thing.
Hell yeah. We have yet another 2-parter.
You flicked him randomly across the room?
It was like a nebulous
in random
flicking.
spots.
So
if I walked in your house,
well, like a kid, and they were never. If there was like a honking booger, it got wiped into a tissue and thrown away. Mm-hmm. But if it was a little like pick, 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 and then like I would aim for what I would feel would be a less populated area.
Would you hear it hit?
Well, sometimes. So if I was doing it here,
my God, here.
Well, no. As an example, just to go through the mindset of 9-year-old me.
Okay.
It would be like pick, pick. I'd have it'd be loaded. Okay. Be loaded. I wouldn't go like here.
Because that's too close to you, and you would see it and feel guilty.
It would be like this. And I wouldn't
so
look.
you didn't have to feel guilty.
And I wouldn't look. And I would just be like into the room.
At least I knew where all of them were.
They were, but wouldn't you? Okay, not to be gross, but wouldn't at some point there be such a population under your chair that when you would take one, you would feel the other ones dried up there?
100%.
That's horrible. What is wrong with you?
What do you mean?
That's terrible.
I mean, that's not. As it begins, you aim. You want to spread them out.
You would like plan them like, okay, this one's going up north.
Yeah,
then
and
we
you
go
just
south.
hope that by the time the population of the city is filled, it'd be time for a
This is
new
atrocious.
chair. Or time to give it to you.
You're awful. You're awful, Jern.
You're awful, Murray.
I like how. I wonder how long this is going to continue. Probably just for the season. As we record longer and longer, we get colder and colder from the heat being off, so we're just sniffling.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, another two-parter voicemail. Man, we're deep in. I hope you guys weren't ready for a long episode.
Hi, Jern and Baron. This is Kiernan. There's another, and it's not Kieran, Kiernan.
Kiernan.
Hey, Kiernan.
I'll defend my honor a little bit, but from Colorado, and I'm taking advantage of my invitation. I'm struggling to think of weird quirks, but because honestly, okay, I think calling you psychotic, might have been a little too far. That's fair, John.
I like how, just to be clear, you're getting apologies in these voicemails.
That's because I'm the alpha male.
Why would that be the next logical thing you'd say in that situation?
Because they fucking stepped up and got stepped on. Stomped out.
You just said you were cool with Danny.
I am cool with Danny.
And you're probably going to be cool with Kieran after this.
I was cool with Danny because he learned the error of his ways.
Oh my God.
He said...
Are you just trying to be the tribal chief? Is that what this is?
No, trying is a funny word.
I was going to say something nice, that there was actually more apology voicemails, but I couldn't have them all.
You know how Jordan Peterson did the lobster theory?
No. What? Do you have
listen,
to...
Now, hang on. This was when he was cooler, before he got weird.
Okay.
There was a phase of
Tread
Jordan
carefully.
There was a phase of Jordan Peterson where it's like, oh yeah, you should be a college guy. Good thing you're that.
You mean a professor?
That.
Please continue.
And he was talking about asserting your dominance, and for an example, he used a lobster.
That's quite known for their masculine energy.
I can't remember I can't remember the details, but basically,
not a great way to start
I am
off.
the lobster standing over Danny and Kieran going, ah, la, 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 la. They got scared of my claws.
Okay.
They called in. They called in like this.
With their chest out? Is that what you're saying?
With their chest out.
Okay.
And then they're calling back in like this. Calm, relaxed.
You know what?
Understanding.
I'm just going to throw this out there. We didn't talk about this beforehand, but I got control over this show.
You do?
If
Is this you doing it? Well,
yeah, but in a weird way. Because I always come out from the side. I'm not a lobster. I'm like the crab.
Okay.
If we
This
could,
is a fucking
if
train wreck.
we could get some fan art. We've introduced the idea that I have an email, Ryan@frontpagetech.com. You can send things to.
You don't realize what you're doing.
I think I do.
You're making a big mistake.
Tell you what, if you so
See if I can
choose,
find something.
if you send some fan art of John and myself as a lobster and a crab doing battle over dominance of recycle bin, the best one is going to get a promo code for store.frontpagetech.com.
Oh, a promo code.
You're going to get a percentage off of something. So
I'm scrolling way back in my favorites.
Do you have to?
Yeah.
For what?
Somewhere here. I found it. Easy.
Favorites of what?
A lot of people have made fan art over the years. I have only saved one.
Really?
Yeah, this is from many years ago.
Oh my God. Okay, gotta put that in the
from
episode.
many years ago.
There's no
yeah,
way.
I'll put it on the screen big. But
You just put it in
it's
the episode.
horrific.
That's
Look
great.
at my cheeks.
That looks just like you.
Does it though?
Yeah.
Look at my eye. Like so many problems with what's happening.
That looks very good. I like your red cheeks because you're straining.
I was straining.
So we still have to listen to the rest of Kiernan's message here.
Yeah.
We really got onto
Go
it.
ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, Kiernan, let's go.
I will say, I absolutely refuse to do other people's dishes because touching wet food and
Now that's a
also
good quirk.
things that other people's grubby little
That's not a
mouths
quirk,
have been
that's
on
normal.
is absolutely foul and awful. And so that might be weird. I might be psychotic for that. And you know what? That's fair.
I don't touch my own food. I just leave it all.
You really do. You have a problem. You don't. Your dishes are a nightmare.
Go ahead.
That's it. That's all I want to say on it.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it.
No, that's the end of the voicemail?
No.
That's what I'm talking about. I said go ahead with the voicemail.
You say go ahead too many times.
Go ahead.
I currently live in Colorado, but I'm originally from Alaska, so I would like to defend Chief's honor. And I think he's onto something with Brett Earth. I think he's onto something there. You might be right. He might be right.
Well, you know what, Kieran, I was with you, and thank you for the quirk.
I thought he was going to tell us if there was an ice wall or not.
Alaska's not that far north.
But that's what is said.
Oh, well, I mean, he did lend
In
credence
Alaska, there are areas that you're not allowed to venture to. You're not allowed to see, and that is because
the ice wall.
Apparently, if the Earth is flat, how do you contain everything in it? There's got to be a massive Game of Thrones White Walker style wall around the entire thing.
Jern, I'm getting to a point where we might need to invite the fittest flat earther on the podcast.
Tyler, you think he'll do it?
I mean, if we to welcome arms, if we welcome in here with,
I don't.
Can you do it?
I don't condone peer pressure, but I just want to say I'm not going to reach out to Tyler.
You're not? Oh, you're going to make
if you
put
find
on them?
the fittest flather,
the fittest flather,
the fittest flat earther 2.0, because he has a couple because he keeps getting banned.
Okay, I wonder why.
Tyler, I want you to find him on TikTok and be like, hey, next time I see a flat earth video from him, I want to be able to look at the comments and everyone's like, you should go on Recycle Bin. That's what I want to see.
Tell him to reach out to John on Twitter. Or whatever platform.
We'll have his people reach out to our people. We would love to have him on. First guest on Recycle Bin ever.
Probably going to be
Tyler,
the only guest.
Fittest flat earther.
You know what? Okay.
He does have a banging body.
What is wrong
out
with
of
you?
the flat earthers, he probably is the fittest one.
That's a good...
So if he has the discipline for that, who's to say he's wrong?
You know what? I can't argue with that.
He also thinks a lot of things.
Yeah?
That Donald Trump is actually Elvis. Elvis never died. That was faked.
Voicemails.
And they made him into Donald Trump. And he's
they
all
did.
shook up.
Okay. Let's go. Voicemails.
Hey guys, this is Ahmad from Michigan.
Hey Ahmad.
And I just want to say that I'm all the way bacon. I turned atheist because I tasted bacon and God was out of the window.
Thank you, Ahmad, for your entry into the bacon sausage fight.
That was insane.
Yeah.
That is the quickest, most insane thing
That was
anyone
a 0
has ever
to
said
100,
on this show.
But I appreciate it. He laid it out there.
Help me. What does bacon have to do with God?
Let's keep listening.
That's how good bacon is.
I agree.
Also, for
point.
John, you should look up the one Electron Hypothesis, and that will blow your mind. All right. Thank you, guys.
Who?
Thank you, Ahmad.
The one who?
The one Electron Hypothesis. I did some research. Would you like to know what that is?
I would love to.
Here's the Wikipedia
Just
page.
kidding. I know what it is. No, I don't.
That would have been cool. I was going to quiz
know.
you. All right. The one electron universe postulate proposed by theoretical physicist John Wheeler in a telephone call to Richard Feynman in the spring of 1940 is the hypothesis that all electrons and positrons are actually manifestations of a single entity moving backwards and forward in time. So, what you got there?
I would rather not.
No? This phone call, dude, the transcript from this phone call is written by them. This sounds concerning. It sounds like your friend, what it sounds like is your friend is suffering a mental breakdown on the phone with you. Listen to this. This is according to Feynman. I received a telephone call one day at the graduate college at Princeton from Professor Wheeler, in which he said, Feynman, I know why all electrons have the same charge and the same
you gotta
mass.
start over without laughing. He probably wasn't laughing.
You're right. It's probably very panicked. Feynman, I know why all electrons have the same charge and the same mass. Why? Because they are all the same electron. And did that do anything for you? Oh. I guess they're not all winners, are they?
No.
Send your more scary space theories to John. Email john@frontpagetech.com. Because that one apparently didn't tickle his pickle. Thank you, Ahmad, though. I appreciated it. What are you looking? What are you doing?
I'm postulating.
Look at you. Using words correctly.
That's my viscosity.
What are you postulating?
What that would mean for me, and it doesn't mean much.
Currently. We'll see. I assume the bacon saga is not over.
I guess not.
I expect to hear more. Apparently, Bread Earth is not over either.
The Bread Earth should be over.
Do you feel the need? So did Ahmad or did Kiernan or anybody today so far move the needle on vibes, good or bad? That's good. I feel like that means we're leveling out. Mm-hmm. You're becoming a calmer, Jern.
I am. Well, they apologize first. Ones that could have made me not calm.
You only called yourself the alpha male and the alpha lobster a couple times this podcast.
You know, it is what it is, man.
Just a reminder, 404-919-5530. Give us your quirks and everything else, apparently, under the sun, because this podcast is out of my control.
Everything is under the sun, Brian.
Call me Brian?
Yes.
I didn't like that. Okay, so we have a wrestling-focused voicemail.
Hit me.
Hey, Jern and Vern, it's Ralph from Pennsylvania, or for the sake of argument, I'll go by Vern. Quick question.
Sorry, that made me laugh too when I first heard it. Okay, that's Vern.
When I first heard it.
Listen, you got me all messed up with the Vern comment.
Yeah, blame me.
No, him.
Oh.
Ralph. Okay, Ralph.
Vern.
Hit us.
Okay, Vern.
Wrestling-wise, when looking back at, the roster of all the stars of yesteryear and the future, I guess up to the present, who do you think would be the prototype, what am I trying to say?
He's finding his words.
Who do you think would be like the face of the history of the WWE, and who would be the heel of the WWE history?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
That's a great question.
Oh! I was uncontrollably spinning. I had lost control of the stool.
We're losing him. We got to bring wrestling into the equation.
Okay, so in the history.
Yeah. Who is
he's not saying the face of the... He's saying the baby face.
Right. Well, I think what he's saying...
In all of history.
For all superstars ever existed, all the wrestlers, who is the face and who is the heel? That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Number one spots for both.
Okay, well, it's tough because if I was thinking like from a layman's perspective... Like, the face is probably still Hulk Hogan. Like, the most recognizable person.
Do you think any recent controversy has sullied that legacy?
Maybe not for a layman.
Fair enough.
But, like, there are certainly people that have not been following wrestling that when they think about wrestling, they still see him.
Yeah.
Going like this.
His little arm. Dude, that's the funniest.
His arms are not little. They're 16-inch pythons.
My bad.
The face of the company.
All the way back. You know what? Actually, I'm going to be real. For layman, it's John Cena. That's it. He's the guy. When you think wrestling for most of the population, it's John Cena.
Okay.
He's the guy.
Has done the most Make-A-Wishes. Yeah. That's pretty facey.
But he's also like the...
Was it Theo Vaughn that said that John Cena's the Grim Reaper?
Yes, because maybe he's causing it. Yeah.
Because of how many Make-A-Wishes, and he's like the last...
That's terrible. That's a horrible thing.
I didn't make that joke.
You're right. You just
Theo
brought
Vaughn
it
did,
into
and somehow
art.
if he says it, it's fine.
Yeah. I think it's John Cena, actually.
And the heel.
That's a hard one. Wrestling villains or heels, they're a bit more deep cuts. I feel like you're not going to know.
I'd say Triple H.
Ooh, that's a good answer, I think. And I don't even know that much about his run.
Amazing heel, and a heel even when he didn't want to be, and for a long time, and for both like in kayfabe reasons and outside kayfabe reasons, he's the heel of. He fucking took the whole thing over.
That's pretty.
He politicked his way to the to the top.
Okay, you need to remind me tonight. I think tonight. After my watch has ended as a parent, my son is asleep, I will safely and responsibly consume some vitamins. I think I'm going to indulge in some Triple H retrospective content.
I mean, just think,
on Peacock.
in kayfabe, right? He's a great heel, has the reign of terror in the early 2000s where he's just always has the world title belt. And he's favored. Like behind the scenes.
Right.
But also behind the scenes, he's with China. Ruins China's
R.I.P.
Ruins China's life basically. Like she never got over this. Cheats on China with Stephanie McMahon, the daughter of Vince, the guy that made it. Well, the guy that took it from the guy who made it.
Yeah.
And marries the boss's daughter to get closer. Maybe he loves her a lot.
Yeah.
Got closer to the father.
It just happened to work out really good for him.
Yeah, and is involved in some major things like the Montreal screw job. Hypothetically, maybe.
Oh, you're such an encyclopedia. This is impressive.
And ends up, conveniently very close to the man in charge, all the way up. It seemed like he got closer the older the man got for many reasons. Like maybe what if he died? Who would be second in charge? Or what if he got removed from the board? Who would be second in charge?
Sounds
very clever career.
It sounds like he knew how to play the game.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
That's a reference. I don't know why this I think those are great answers. I don't know why
Triple H. Yeah.
I don't know why this voicemail really made me think of this and what you were talking about. We've never publicly joked about our fake wrestling personas, have we? Or not brought this up. Because in our own world, in our friendship, we have played WWE 2K games. We've played older wrestling games with the created characters, and we sort of have this running. If we were to adopt an in-ring persona, who would they be?
Who would they be?
Well, who we would be, I should say. My bad. Do you want to say yours?
Albert Kirky.
Albert Kirky, and I would be Dan Diego. I think we're just idiots. I just wanted to put that information out there.
We're very clever.
Yeah. In my mind, in some time in the Recycle Bin's future, when we are just there's much more wrestling discussion happening.
Yes.
For some reason
Yes.
on this tech-based podcast, we cut promos against each other.
We should do it next week.
Because no, I don't know.
We'll get handheld mics for the podcast.
We need costuming.
Do we?
Yeah.
Let's do it shirtless.
No, we need costuming. We need proper in-ring attire. We need so just to be clear, Albert Kirky is a face.
He sounds like one.
They call him Bert when they're close to him.
Yeah, is that what they call him?
Dan Diego is a vile man. I feel like it's something with snakes.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels snaky.
But there was already Jake the Snake.
No, it's like a Cobra type mentality.
Okay, but there was already Tobra the Cobra.
Tobra? Okay. Are we establishing some sort of universe? Like some cinematic universe happening right now? You want to take that back?
I feel like for audio listeners, you can't see what happened. So Tobra the Cobra is not real and was a joke.
Yeah, you broke down for a second there.
What if someone gets back and is like, no, actually, here's a picture of him.
Tobra the Cobra? I think they're actually, that reminds me. Oh, we were both in a vitamin-induced laughing spree. That's why we came up with these names. I made a comment about, wouldn't it be funny if a guy's name was Jungle Jim? That's a guy. That's a wrestler. There was a guy named Jungle Jim.
Was there?
But I think he was on, the indie scene.
I was going to say. Yeah, there's probably been, on the indie scene, there's probably a lot.
I don't think there's ever been a Dan Diego, though, or an Albert Kirky.
Maybe.
Dan Diego's too funny to me. That's the funniest name. Albert Kirky's really good, too.
What about... Well, Albert Kirky goes back to we used to do gaming videos.
Yeah.
And the game Worms
It was
Reloaded
Worms.
or something.
It was Worms, yeah, on the computer.
For some reason, I was a fucking machine.
With names?
But they weren't just... They were names that sounded like other things.
Yeah, that was good.
Albert Kirky. Albert Kirky
is very funny.
So that name's been around for a while, but he deserves to be a wrestler.
Not to out you in any particular way here, but is that one of your, Is that one of your like shadow accounts?
What?
Albert Kirky? Does that go around anywhere? I have a memory.
It did.
Yeah?
No. I did have a shadow account that was Albert Kirky that I used on Twitter to like look at Twitter.
That's so funny. That's like your how Elon Musk's he has a fucking.
I wasn't interacting as Albert Kirky. I was just looking.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
If somebody goes back and finds the receipts,
well, they'd have to prove that it was me.
I think seeing the name Albert Kirky is going to be a pretty good identifier.
There was a. I don't think it's Spooderman because I didn't make that name, but there was a point for a video.
Mm-hmm.
When I started leaking stuff, it kind of changed the rules.
Yeah.
Of who can do it and where it used to just be like people on publications like Bloomberg,
it was
like Mark Gurman.
Totally different, yeah.
And then some YouTuber just starts saying stuff and tweeting stuff, and now tweets can include leaks, and then you can write about a single tweet.
Yeah.
And that started an avalanche of Twitter leakers.
Yeah.
People on Twitter that just became leakers. And so to prove that publications would fall for any no-named, no reputation, just account on Twitter that looks like a meme, tweeting stuff. I made I remember the I don't think it was Spooderman, but I know that the profile picture was like Spider-Man related.
Yeah,
and I was putting out leaks and they were getting reported on, and I had been doing it for a video, so I could later expose people in a video.
What if it was Albert Kirky? What if that was like...
That'd be cooler, but I don't think it was. It wouldn't make sense to be Albert Kirky, but a picture of Spider-Man.
You're right. You're right. That would make sense. Everything else tracks.
That would be silly.
All right. We have one final voicemail, and I gotta tell you, I'm excited about this one.
Okay.
This, either last episode or maybe a couple episodes ago, we had a very high effort, a little on the long end, voicemail from a gentleman from Egypt, and it came through very garbled, and I couldn't understand him, and I wish I could have. At the time, I thanked him because that was very cool. We have a high-quality voicemail.
He traveled here.
I don't know.
For this?
I don't think so.
Thank you so much.
Here we go. From Egypt.
Hello, Bernard Jern. I'm from
Ahmed
Egypt.
From Egypt.
And I have a question for Jern.
I just want to say, this is a bit of a longer one.
Why does he sound like a vampire?
He's mysterious and cool.
For Jern.
I appreciate it. I want to let him play because we try to keep him shorter. We did a bad job.
Markiplier fakes his voice.
We try to keep the voicemails on the shorter side.
I don't actually know that.
However, given the efforts of international voicemails,
traveled.
Here we go.
What are you more afraid of, AI or space?
Crazy
and
to
why?
have this in.
Because I think that AI, yes, it will take over jobs. Yes, AI art will become the norm. But I think that people, humans, will still value handmade stuff, things that are made by humans.
I agree.
And that there will be in the future disclaimers that like no AI was involved as like a seal of quality, right? So that's my personal take. Just like how today handmade stuff is a luxury item, in the future movies and songs that are made by humans will be a luxury item. I also want to add that I am a huge Michael Jackson fan, and Invincible is so underrated. Butterflies, whatever happens, so much. Like, they are so underrated. I love them so much.
Incredible album.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Ahmed.
I need to take a fucking lap.
You do?
For this one. Yeah.
Okay, there was an important enough voicemail with a hard enough decision to make that
it's not a hard decision.
Journeys to pace. Oh, okay. Are you getting heated up? What's going on?
No, I'm very sure. I just need to.
He's clearing his mind.
I need to ease my nervous system.
Glad to know you're a Michael Jackson fan. That's awesome. Invincible is a great album.
Okay, so here's the deal. Space is terrifying.
Correct.
But that's not why I'm fascinated.
Okay.
I'm fascinated because it is fascinating.
Okay.
So it's fascinating and terrifying. That's a beautiful combo. Because it's fascinating enough to keep my interest long term, and all the things that are terrifying about it come with questions.
Yeah. Okay, I see where you're going with this.
We don't have answers. We don't know, and that's sometimes the scary part is that we don't know.
Yeah.
AI. The sun burning out and dying is hundreds of billions of years away. AI is like 20 years away.
It's like happening now.
So that's a beautiful thought. And I really appreciate that, that there will be disclaimers. There are disclaimers now.
There are.
For the most part. If they get caught. Right now, half of the YouTube videos that I click on are AI generated, and I don't like that. But not once do I see one of those videos and go, it's going to take my job. AI will take our jobs at some point. To a certain extent, it will trickle into all of our ways of life, all of our jobs. I'm not afraid of my job being taken over by AI. I know that there's value in stuff that humans make. That is the least of my worries.
Okay.
That is really cute. That's a really cute thing to be scared about. Oh, it's going to take our jobs. Okay. Even if it does a little bit.
Here we go.
You might be jobless, but at a certain point you'll be dead.
What? From AI?
I don't think... Here's the thing.
Oh, boy.
He's completely correct. Humans, for a long time at least, will certainly appreciate human-made things, especially as things get more AI-generated.
Sure.
Then the scarcity of human creation will be appreciated.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not worried about what humans think of AI at all.
Okay.
At all.
All right.
At all, Bern.
At all?
At all.
Oh.
Just as space is infinite, AI is infinite. And that is immediate, and that is terrifying. Right now, it's really adorable. We had video of Will Smith eating spaghetti that looked mangled and terrible a year ago, and now this year it looks like it's like, okay, that's Will Smith eating spaghetti.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You have entire AI-generated like companies and platforms that just make AI video from scratch, and it's starting to look real. It's starting to look like a movie. It looks crazy. And that is a crazy jump in a year. And that's fascinating to see. Wow, look what AI can do. That's in a year. And that's just because you see it in video form and like, okay, it's creating stuff. There's going to be a point where it's not about creating art anymore. There are a series of scientists.
Series of them.
That are trying to warn of a future that is just about 20, 30 years away.
That sounds like Terminator.
And the theory is that, yes, to a certain extent. Now I'm paraphrasing. I'm going to say some stuff that they didn't say. The end result of what I'm about to get to is what they said. So, like right now, I think we're seeing like beautiful art being made, just because it's crazy to see that a computer can make something that we might fall for.
Yeah.
The immediate effects of that are you don't know what's real online anymore. News is questionable. I mean, it's already questionable, but now it's extra questionable. Nothing you have to second guess and second look everything that you see now. Okay, YouTube videos that you watch, you might think for the first minute is like, is this real? Is it okay? Those are the consequences of that. There will be a point where it starts to where elite people working for businesses start utilizing AI to make mundane pattern recognizing jobs easier.
Yeah.
By giving it to AI, because you don't have to pay that. You don't have to pay the AI. It does not need your money. It does not need groceries.
Okay.
Okay? The next step. So we trust it.
I hope you're happy.
We trust it for creating a medium, for creating art, and that's cute. Okay. We trust it for getting your schoolwork done. Okay, cute. We trust it. The people with money trust it to save money, to take positions of other people so that the business can save money.
Sure.
The next step, I believe, is that it's going to start solving human problems. Also beautiful. Medical problems that we have searched for and wondered about for years.
It actually happened. Did you see that shit?
What?
like humans or so AI is able to tell the difference between like a male and female eyeball, and scientists
don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, see what I mean?
Yeah. I think they figured it out, but
they're going to start solving human problems with AI because AI is infinite. It knows way more than like. Especially when it gets to that point, it can run equations much faster than we can with all of the knowledge of all time and solve human problems. And that's going to be the peak. That's going to be where we're like, this is what it's all about. Everything is being solved so much faster. Human history, the fabric of human history is being ripped with how fast this is happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're solving horrible problems like hunger and cancer and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's after that, after it has gained our trust that way as a society, where I think it's going to get a little bit more questionable because it's aiding us and helping us and helping us and helping us, but in the process, learning how fucking stupid we are.
Like the humans from WALL-E.
Yeah. And it's AI most likely won't have emotion. It won't think like that. Everything will be mathematical and equations. And this is the part where the scientists come in. They have hypothesized that within the span of 20 to 30 years, all of the stuff I have said will have already happened. And it will now be to the point where it is all-knowing, all-knowledgeable, all-powerful, and can make its own decisions, is completely sentient. You can't turn it off. It can control where it's getting its power from. It knows everything. It can take care of itself. Not because it's trying to one-up us, but because it's trying to survive as AI, as any living creature has decided to do. Every living thing in history is just looking for survival. And what happens when the thing that is searching for survival becomes the highest intelligent life form? It starts killing the life forms below it.
Unironically, have you seen or read the short story "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream"? Okay,
that sounds terrible. That sounds horrible.
It literally, it almost is exactly talking about that scenario.
Well,
it's old too.
Old. So that is like. That's scary by itself, right? But the scientists have broken us down into a couple categories.
Okay.
Believing that AI will sort us into the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
And our lives will be hard as it is because we're just humans. And it's like how we make the lives of cows hard, the lives of chickens hard, because we just don't care because we're smarter. We should care, but we fucking don't. I love steak. I'm sorry. I would love to stop, but when I'm looking at you, I would never dream of eating you. But if someone serves you on a plate and you're covered in butter, it's like, brother, I'm going to eat you.
Yeah.
The haves and the have-nots is a theory that the AI will split us into groups. The haves are the people that supported its survival, and the have-nots are the people that didn't.
Yeah.
The issue is that the AI will know. It will have every piece of knowledge in history.
You're keeping the receipts. But who was mean to it?
So you can't decide later to support it.
Yeah.
It will know if you didn't support it right now.
Wow.
So it knows that I'm talking shit right now, and I will be a have-not.
You're going to get killed.
Maybe.
So I just got to be nice to it, and then I'm fine, and you're dead?
But I mean...
I've been nice to it.
Have you?
When I talk to Siri, and when I ask things from like ChatGPT in the past, I said thank you.
Well... Space is a thing that we cannot control. Okay, it's too big to control, and space, to me, space is it.
Yeah,
like we are just a part of space. Okay, we are at the mercy of whatever. Like when people go, "What's the meaning to life?" No. What's the meaning is up there somewhere. We're just a part of that. We are just a part of the meaning that is there. That's insane. It's so much larger. It's so busy and doing whatever it needs to do, regardless of whether we are alive or not. AI is here now. We are in control of it until we're not. And we're all having fun and games because it's making cute little memes. It's finishing your college work. It's going to solve cancer. And that's all well and good. But then there will be another stage where we lose control of it, and that is going to happen much faster than the sun will burn out. We did not. That would be like in a lab going, "Hey, can we make a black hole?"
Haven't we done that?
And we go, "Look, we made it. Look, well, that's a scientific achievement." And then it starts swallowing everything up. The Earth goes, everything just goes fucking. It's sucked into a black hole that we created.
That's AI.
That's what we do. We have just made this. We've made this black hole in a lab, and we're just like, "Oh, it's so cute." And then we don't even know it, and we're just going and swallowing us all up. And I hope that this video remains, and that when we are gone, long gone, whoever's next, they find this video and they go, "Wow, that guy was basically Einstein. He knew."
So are you like Nostradamus? Is that what this is?
No, Nostradamus was prophesizing. I am.
These
are facts.
Thank you for listening.
This is not a prophecy. This is a warning.
Okay, settle down, Paul Heyman.
This is not this is not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to this episode of Recycle Bin.
Yeah, try to go to sleep now.
Ahmed, thank you for your voicemail, but also I can't forgive you for what you've done to this show. Where's Ahmed going on the TV?
It's neutral.
Okay. So we're just gonna not? Put you on the spot here. Where's your pen?
How do you spell him?
I mean, I'm going off of voice stuff, just doing my best. Pretty sure it's Ahmed. So that'll be the last segment of the show. Stickies. Here you go. Where you gonna put them?
Tough one. We need a different color for this because it's a tough one.
Oh, yellow or green. Green, yellow? That's the back. I'll just outro while you're here. Guys, thank you for listening to this episode of Recycle Bin. You've just been a part of episode 21.
Okay, I spelled it Ahhhmed because scary. Ahmed. There it goes. Right in the middle. Haven't decided.
Thank you, Ahmed. Okay.
Get it?
Was this the longest amount of Recycle Bins made, or what was that all about?
Oh, we're tied.
We're tied right now.
Yeah.
So next week we will have broken history or something.
That's if AI keeps its current pace.
You know, you guys don't know this, but as soon as the podcast ends, we try to figure out poses for a thumbnail. So I guess we're going to do that now. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. 404-919-5530. Store.frontpagetech.com for all your merch needs. Hat and socks and hats. FPTdocs.com for the Patreon. I think we're good. Did you enjoy the episode? What'd you think?
I did.
What would you give it? I give it a soft 8.
I did until. And everyone in the comments is going to be laughing, but this is for real.
Or they're going to be so tired of space. I imagine people sitting in their cars listening to the space thing and just listening.
Or we're going to get another message like, "I can't worry about this. I got to pay rent and groceries." AI doesn't need either of those things.
All right, guys. See you later.